You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Voice Radio. Join us every Thursday and Sunday, live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of The Boxing Voice. And today is going to be the Errol Spence versus Leonard Bundu preview. We're going to be discussing the Truth versus the Lion, as well as having Heather Hardy on the show today because she's going to be making history. She's on the undercard of this good fight on a Sunday. So if this is something you're interested in, definitely tune in, because we will also be having sports writer Mitch Abramson, who is currently writing now for Ring TV, has written for New York Daily News. So definitely tune in if this is something that you're interested in.
BoxingVoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the base of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record with pay-per-view.
My drop, I know my drop, I know my situation. I don't want to fight. But it's gonna be very difficult for both of us.
BoxingVoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of The Boxing Voice. And we're going to be talking a little Errol Spence, Leonard Bundu, a little bit of Manny Pacquiao getting dropped from HBO. Errol Spence, is Leonard Bundu a sidestep or a step up? Is anyone finally going to take this Spence challenge? Who is Errol Spence going to be fighting next for this IBF belt? Because this is an IBF eliminator, and we just don't know. Is Kell Brook going to be able to make the weight after weighing in the WBC 30-day weigh-in for his fight with Gennady Golovkin at 176? I just don't know. But Errol Spence, if he wins this fight, will be waiting in the win for an opportunity at that welterweight title. But no one better to, talk Errol Spence and Kell Brook then.
But is this a little bit winged? Winged.
Value flat out here. What's the problem? He's in trouble. It's not, but he's done it.
And a big shout out to Wingy as well. Real hardcore. I like Wingy. He's just the biggest boxing that I've ever met.
Came to London looking for static. Let's go, champ. Have a good day.
Yes, what's going on, people? What's going on, chat? What's going on, TBV crew? I've got a vested interest in this fight, obviously. I want to see how good Errol Spence does. I want to see whether he can do what Thurman did, although don't want to talk about the triangle theory too much. Styles make fights. Let's have a look how this one goes.
Well, speaking of can he do what Thurman did, shouldn't the question, can he do better than Thurman did?
That should be the question, actually, to be fair. Thank you. You're right. No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Takes us to our first box or topic of discussion, right? Can Spence, Errol Spence Jr., quote unquote, the truth, Mayweather christened him as the next guy. Can he outdo who I consider to be at least the number one welterweight in the division? I don't know. You may argue, or maybe not now that Kell Brook moved up, but can he outdo Thurman? What is your opinion?
Well, I actually didn't think Thurman's performance against Bundu was too bad. I know a lot of people didn't like it because he started boxing, but I looked at it as Thurman could not work out the puzzle of Leonard Bundu in his usual fashion, i.e. Thurman couldn't just go forward and, box, but then try and blast him out. He knew he couldn't do that, so he adopted to sit back, so to speak, and box a nice, cool, calm fight. The crowd didn't like it. The crowd booed. So when I say, can Spence do what Thurman did, I do mean that in a way, because I don't know how easy it's going to be for Spence to go in there and do it. Now, I'm quite secretly hoping to see Spence get a nice big KO, because it'd be more exciting, sort of looking at where Spence can go. It would be the more exciting result. And of course, if he does that, we're all going to say, oh, Thurman, is he better than Thurman and whatnot? So I'm happy if Spence outboxes him. I'll be okay with that as long as it's comprehensive, like Thurman did it. But deep down, I am kind of thinking, go on, son, get that knockout.
Now, for me, I'm expecting him to do better than Thurman because I believe that his demeanor is more aggressive than Thurman. Even though Thurman goes around saying he is one time and he's looking for the KO and he's not afraid to let that O go, he does get on the back foot. We haven't seen Earl get on the back foot. It could be, obviously, because Wingy, no one has been a threat to make him be on the back foot. But I went back watching a couple of fights last night, man, and this kid's a killer. And Bundu, me seeing him in person, you know, I gave him a Boxing Voice shirt, so it's all love. He's not even from the UK, you know. This guy is from Italy, and his mother is from Sierra Leone in Africa, so he was born in Sierra Leone. So go figure, right? He speaks wonderful English, but he's 41 years old. He's shorter than Earl. He is not on the level of Earl. They are both Olympians. And Bundu, other than the Thurman loss, was undefeated before then. He had beat Frankie Gavin and Rafael Joaskovich. But, I mean, Joaskovich, no one even heard of him since like 5 years ago, maybe. I remember him having like one tight fight with the guy that Berto would have lost to had the cuts not happened, Jan Zavik. But, you know, Bundu, I mean, I don't know. I guess styles makes fight in this one, and we'll leave it to Wingy. You know, he went back and checked out the Italian brother, but you know, I just think that the body shot is going to be the problem. And I spoke to Bundu. I said, "What are you going to do?" And he was like, "Yeah, I know, man. We've been watching. This kid likes to go to the body." And I'm like, "I know. What are you going to do? You're smaller. Like, what are you going to do?"
You took the words right out of my mouth with regards to the body shots. When I was looking at this fight, one thing I was looking at in particular was how Errol Spence works the body. Now, there was one fight, it was about 4 or 5 fights ago, but I couldn't find it, where Spence was actually trading and getting clipped with a sort of against an opponent, but I don't know what that fight was. But looking at the other fights leading into this, Spence goes for the body a lot. And what I like about that is that even if Spence doesn't land on the body when he's going for Bundu, the way Bundu gets close and likes to dip when he's in close, even if Spence is throwing around that body area, he might catch something with the low Bundu. So that's what I'm trying to see where he goes with this. But he does work the body. I like how he works the body. My main sort of issue is if Bundu goes on the, gets defensive, once he tastes the left hand of Spence, if he gets defensive and starts backing up, how easy will it be for Spence to catch him? Because Spence is quite precise. He doesn't really throw wild shots. He likes to seek and destroy. And you can't pick individual punches against Bundu because he moves too much. You've got to let loads go and then let 2 or 3 land out before you've thrown. So if Bundu is on that back foot, kind of as we saw in the Thurman fight, once he tasted the power, how easy is it going to be for Spence to nail him down? Because Bundu's not a target to stand there. He moves a lot. That's what I want to see as well.
Dude, he moves a lot versus a guy like Thurman that is not afraid to be hit, but rather not be hit. Remember, thanks to you guys, you know, I spent time with Thurman in his camp and we got to speak intimately, and he's an intelligent fighter. You know, you heard it in my interview when he was speaking about Porter and how Porter fights. He calls Porter a dumb fighter, right? So to him, getting hit is dumb. Now, to Earl, not that he has that Mexican mentality, but definitely in the Algieri fight and in the Bundu fight, it will be the same, Wingy, because Bundu has a 33% knockout ratio. There is nothing for Earl to be afraid of. He's going to walk this guy down. He's going to beat that old body. Bundu's on his last one. He had his wife, kids. I mean, this is a vacation. They brought him all to New York. Let's go. No. He's not here to win, and I'm not saying that he can't win. I mean, no, excuse me. Let me say that differently. He's here to win, but he can't win. He can't win this fight. He's too small. Earl is too hungry. Listen, everyone, and I felt bad. You know, I gave Leonard his time. I asked him the questions. What makes you as good as Bernard? Because only Bernard and Foreman are really able to do this. Maybe Antonio Tarver, depending on the night, right? He's been able to do it past 40, but we're talking about a 41-year-old welterweight going up against a guy who 2 shows ago people were saying would stop Keith Thurman. So Bundu, is he a step up or a side step, Wingy? I need a straight answer.
Step up from Errol Spence's previous opponents. I'm also thinking that the number 41 is important. Obviously, he's aging, but I don't think Bundu's the type of fighter where age has affected him too much. If he was, he wouldn't have the movement he does. We know that power lasts. Bundu's not a power fighter, but he does move. He's got quite good movement. So I don't see that the age has affected him. I think he's like one of those young 41s, if you see what I mean. I don't see him as an old fighter when I look at him fight. But yeah, as you're saying, it's an uphill task. Spence is the better boxer. He's the more aggressive fighter, and he works the body. He'll go for different angles. I want to see what type of Spence comes out. Is Spence going to throw all kinds of shots to try and catch Bundu as he's moving and try and get anything? Or is he going to pick his shots? If he does, that lets Bundu into the fight a bit more, even if Bundu's in survival mode. So it's an exciting fight. I want to see what Spence does. Personally, I'm a fan of Spence. I like his style. I want to see him shine in this one. And a brutal KO would be lovely and delicious. That's what I'd like to see.
Topic number 3, Spence versus who? Because at this point, I don't think that Kell Brook can make it back to 147, especially not after, losing his soul. Because if he gets knocked out in the fashion that Khan did, like, why would he be in a rush to get in a tight fight with a young, hungry, up-and-coming, Earl Spence that just knocked out Leonard Bundu? So who's next for Earl Spence if he gets past Bundu?
Good question. I don't think the Spence fight would be out of the question if Kell Brook, no matter how he gets stopped or whatever, KO'd. I don't think it would be out of the question, but I don't know whether he can get back down there is the real issue. I still think a fighter like Kell Brook, and this isn't, I'm not in bias mode at the moment. That might come on later, but I just feel normal at the moment. This isn't. I think that's a fight that still is a little bit too early for Spence. That's how I feel with regards to Brook, but I must admit, I was impressed with the Algeria win. And if he goes in there and does a business here, I may think differently with regards to that. Who Errol Spence can fight after this one, any top name I'd be happy with. If you're gonna sit there and put Kell Brook in a conversation, then why not any other top 147 name? Might seem too soon, but a lot of you guys think he's ready for that right now. Me, I think he could be. I think he probably is, but I just need to wait and see. But yeah, you can pretty much pick anyone.
Well, we're gonna knock out
Sean Porter.
We're gonna knock out 2 topics in one, because not rumor, but Bob Arum confirmed that HBO was passing on the opportunity to promote Manny Pacquiao's next pay-per-view fight with Jesse Vargas. So HBO dropping Manny frees him up from that contract. Showtime could put him in the contract the way that they did Anthony Joshua, the way that they did Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao could be an option. Not that he would come to Showtime to fight Earl Spence anyway, but looking at the IBF rankings, and if for some reason the logical thing happens and not the wingy I love Brook thing happens, and Brook can't make the weight, everyone already, because this is why we're getting Leonard Bundu. This is why it's important that we have a representative at these press conferences or in these gyms to get the true lowdown. Everyone ranked above Leonard Bundu in the IBF, including and not excluding Lamont Peterson, Jeff Horn from Australia. I'm going to have to get Jeffrey on the job for this, so I'm sorry. I'm not even going to attempt to name this Russian fighter who was signed to Top Rank, who Al Heyman contacted to make business for this fight, for this eliminator. And his name is, come on, Jeffrey.
Ponomarev.
There he goes. You ain't want to say
Konstantin Ponomarev.
Konstantin Ponomarev. You ain't want to say that first name, huh? So Errol Spence is number 2 and number 1 is not even rated. That is the IBF ranking. So there's really nothing sexy there besides Lamont Peterson, who obviously ducked him already. Words of Lou DiBella and Derek James, the trainer of Errol Spence. Lou DiBella is the promoter for this fight. And at the press conference today, he said any name ranked above Leonard Bundu was offered this fight and turned it down. So Lamont Peterson, Jeff Horn, Constantine Palmavera, and no one else. Now, under that is Bradley Skeet. Is that, you tell me. I mean, I've heard his name about 2 years ago. Is his name on this level? Should we even be wasting airtime?
Ski, I don't think he's got the power to contend with Errol Spence. Ski kind of boxes long. He's tall, gangly, long arms, but I don't know if he's got the power to keep Spence off of him. I do quite rate Ski. He's quite a good fighter, but the way that Errol comes forward is quite aggressive. I don't know. I think that's a bit too much for Ski personally. So I don't think that's the fight you'd enjoy, bro.
I'm just trying to see who would be this, because after this eliminator and Brook vacates, if that is what happens because of the weight, or he might beat Golovkin and stay at 160, right? So assuming that this IBF title becomes vacant, again, the sexiest name is Lamont Peterson, and going backwards, it would be Andre
Berto, yeah.
But Berto seems to be going for the.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't know what's going on with the Garcia fight, I think the Berto fight's not too bad. Berto's an okay fighter. He's quite entertaining. His defense is open and he gets caught a lot. But outside of that, it's quite entertaining. I wouldn't be too mad with that fight after this one. But we don't know what's going on with the Garcia. So yeah, if they've contacted everybody above them on the IBF and nobody wants to fight them, I mean, Errol Spence is stuffed really with regards to opponents. He's going to have to pick an opponent, somebody below there. Who would take the fight. I don't think somebody like Sammy Vasquez is going to be interested in that fight. And Bizier, obviously, he's been beaten by Brook. That wouldn't be an exciting fight.
I will say this. Now, it's funny because Lou DiBella has to play promoter, and then he has to play promoter, right? So he has Felix Diaz Jr. signed to a Lou DiBella contract, but he is promoting the Errol Spence Leonard Bundu fight. Right. So he is saying, not in the press conference, but in an interview with me, he is saying that Felix Diaz will fight anyone at 140 and 147. Anyone.
Wow. Now, I like that fight. Errol Spence versus Felix Diaz. I do like that fight because I like Diaz. I rate him. He's good. He's a good fighter. And it'd be interesting to see how Errol contends with somebody who kind of goes forward as Errol does. Now, Diaz is a little bit more reckless, isn't the word. He's a bit more, I don't know if wild's the word I'm looking for, but Diaz will get in there. He will take the shots. Spence thinks
Sergio Martinez type of thing, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Spence thinks his way in a little bit, but he still goes forward. He doesn't take a backward step. That's a great fight. In fact, I'd love to get that fight made, actually. I'd love them to do that.
I'm just afraid Felix Diaz, being Dominican, he just got that big win over Sammy Vasquez Jr., who I picked against him. So, he's just a bit short, right? So Earl is a healthy kid. He's a healthy kid, man. And, listen, I just want you guys to know, I got the footage and, Earl said for sure the next fight we could hit the camp. So we in there, Wilder, Thurman, Porter style. So, and the next
shout out to TBV. Well done, Nes, man.
No, the next fight is even better, Wingy, because the next one is going to be the big one, right? It'll be the title fight or it'll be the Brook fight. The vacant title fight or the Brook fight. So, we'll be in there. TBV will be in there. You guys will be having, amazing coverage. So, shout out to you because guess what? We 40-something subscribers away from 37,000, and we're doing it slowly, trooping up the ladder, and
we're getting there.
Allowing your voices to be heard. I really, truly believe that, a lot of the stuff that's talked about here definitely makes head waves and ripple effects because I can't go to these press conferences without someone saying something or reciting something,
That's good. That's good, man.
Georgie, just know that Brian Campbell from ESPN knows Georgie Porgy. You know what I mean? That's how big this shit is. But I want to get your opinion on the topic of HBO letting go of Manny, because if I'm correct on how this is working out, and because they let him go, it automatically nulls and void the contract that they had, Showtime can now swoop in, do an Anthony Joshua 3-fight deal, and Al Heyman can save boxing by putting Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, for free finally on TV, because now it makes financial sense to go free because both fighters are under the same banner. Obviously, this is a realm where only me and Wingy, the optimistic ones, live. But
I know.
in this realm, if Steven Espinoza is smart and Al Heyman, they're saying this is what we need. This is what we needed for PBC to blow up. I mean, at the very least, look, it's not that much wishing. I know I'm not even looking at the chat. When, I swear to God, I'm not, but I already know, right? I know they're saying something, but they're forgetting history repeats itself. Didn't Manny Pacquiao already sign a Showtime once upon a time for the Mosley fight? So weirder shit has happened. Let's all just be optimistic for a little bit. Maybe our optimism can somehow, like, remember the fucking cartoon, the Care Bears back in the day? I'm showing my age here, but the Care Bears, we can all unite and boom, show some love to boxing, and boxing flourishes because we're showing it that we love it. That's all I'm saying.
Too many pessimists in boxing. Now, the thing I need to know is what the issue is about his contractual situation, because when I first initially heard this, I just thought that HBO passed on this fight because they've got the award pay-per-view near as well, and they don't want to put 2 pay-per-views on.
Well, that is the case.
Right, but then, so if that's the case, is his contract still standing? Are we 100% solid that that's been null and voided?
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's what I need to know here. Yeah,
if they can't promote his fight, he's
going to have to go elsewhere. Yeah.
So, from my understanding, he's got to be released.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
and look, it's not like, I didn't expect. I did not expect, and this was an off-air conversation that I had with Earl Spence, but it wasn't off the record. It was just like he was eating a steak. I didn't want to fucking have a camera shoved in his face. But we had the conversation of Pacquiao, and I'm like, yo, are you optimistic? Are you happy? Maybe Heyman can – everything I just told you, right? And he's like, I am, but I doubt I'll ever get a shot like that. And then somehow we ended up on the fact that it's happened because – not somehow, I was like, yo, can you believe they fucking picked Kovalev Ward over Manny Pacquiao? And he's like, yeah, I could see it, And I'm like, damn, you think they are invested that much into Ward? He's like, no, it's not Ward. They're invested in the Kovalev.
Oh, okay. That's interesting that he thought that. Like
Kovalev, but they're spending all the money on Ward, putting him as a commentator. He was like, yeah, basically, I got to paraphrase, which is a bad thing because this is like a pivotal moment in the conversation. So I'm about to fucking basically change his words. But paraphrasing this, the next thing he was like, they're fattening him up for Kovalev. Like, I don't remember the exact, again, he was eating steak. This was not like reporters around. It was just me, him, Derek James, and my boy. And, like, Ness can't remember everything word for word. But the bottom line is like, yeah, he's only on HBO commentating because they need him to look good for Kovalev. And I thought that was super duper interesting, right? Like, that's a topic that we always have here. Again, why I think they're always listening.
Right. The only thing is, I mean, you look at things from a different perspective, which is good. That's why it's good when we have these conversations, because I think, I didn't think of it like that. Sort of looking back at the promotional situation. But I sometimes bring it down to a base level. And the base level I'm thinking of is Freddie Roach going, I'm not even going to want to look at an Errol Spence fight. I mean, I know that Terence Crawford and Errol Spence have got 2 different styles, really. But is Roach going to think that? Is Roach just going to think, well, it's another difficult fighter, which I'm not going to want my fighter to go against? Do you know what I'm kind of saying? I don't know if I don't even know if Roach would be close to that. I don't want to get too political, but you know what I'm trying to get at.
No,
I don't
absolutely right. I mean, if he doesn't want a Terence Crawford who's a 140-pounder moving up from 130, why would he want an Earl Spence?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Olympian who he has very good knowledge of. Remember that Freddie Roach, for a time span, trained Rashid Warren, Earl Spence, Jamal Herring, Marcus Brown, all of the Olympians at that time in 2012 spent a certain amount of time with Freddie Roach at the Wild Card and at a specific Olympic training facility. So he knows who the hell Earl is, okay? He's not a fool.
I just got a question as well. Do you feel that Pacquiao possibly going to Showtime, and then the possibility of the Mayweather fight happening, is that just something which you thought yourself, or have you heard little whisperings about that, or is that just a feeling, something you pieced together which could potentially possibly happen?
Well, no, I directly asked Lou DiBella because Lou DiBella, think about it. What other promoter besides Lou DiBella is getting the big fights? Like the big fights. Like we all know it's Al Heyman, but what promoter actually has his license working? That business LLC depositing money and making, sending and receiving checks. I mean, Lou is promoting Thurman Porter. Lou is promoting the heavyweight champion of the world on national television in Deontay Wilder. Lou and Al are the ones putting a female back on boxing on television. Like Lou promoted Frampton, Leo Santa Cruz.
Right, but is it Lou who put the idea in your head then? That's what I'm asking about the Mayweather and Pacquiao.
No, but I did ask him, and he is also optimistic. He says Bob Arum is a smart man. He's done this before. And, basically he's like, Bob seems to be, looking to stick it to HBO. So if that's the case,
there's no bigger fight to stick it to than that one, really, is there? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Even if on a visual aspect it wasn't the prettiest fight, everyone's going to watch it. We're all going to sit and moan about it, but we're all going to watch it.
Ringy, worst case scenario, it makes half the amount of money it did.
Exactly. Everyone will watch it. I don't want to hear no bullshit. Sorry for swearing, but I don't want to hear no bull crap about people saying, "Oh, we're not going to watch it." Everyone will watch it. But obviously, we're just speculating, and I think we got somebody here, man.
Yeah. Now, listen. Earl Spence, Leonard Bundu. Who you picking?
Oh, I'm picking Errol Spence. I had Errol Spence in a very one-sided, easy UD, with Bundu being knocked down once and then going into survival mode. But I'm actually edging to change that to a KO. I'll decide by the end of the show. But I've got Errol Spence anyway.
Now, remember, we were asking who Errol Spence would fight next. Everyone is tied up, but on the global rankings, instead of just IBF, there are a bit other names, again, tied up. But, for whatever reason, Sean Porter is scheduled to fight somewhere in Oregon.
I love that fight. I absolutely love that fight. I like the Porter fight. I think that's great. I'm very happy with that. Again, I don't want to say it because we've already said it. My most excited one would be Felix Diaz or Berto, depending on what Danny Garcia is doing. Outside of that, there's not really many names I can think of.
Yeah.
I mean, realistic names, sort of thing.
Oh, you mean realistic that can happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, well, I guess Felix Diaz can happen. And Brandon is not with Top Rank, is he?
Brandon?
Yeah, Brandon Rios, because he is back. He's been training with Tengusin over there, but, we just haven't seen...
Good question. I assumed that he was, but I don't know. He retired, then come back. That's a good question. I don't know, man.
Any specific round, or are you going UD on Leonard, on the Errol?
I'll go UD for now, but I'm feeling I might change that to KO by the end of the show. But I'm going for Spence.
Do you remember what round he knocked out Algieri?
I'll say 5 off the top of my head. Off the top of my head, I'll say 5. I'm not sure. 5th round off the top of my head. I'd have to look into it, mate.
Yeah, man. I mean, I was there with Leonard, man. He's got the low Caesar like me, but his grades are showing. You know what I mean? He does have nice biceps, though. Like, watching him and Earl being, like, that close, his guns are bigger than Earl's for sure, but he's a shorty, man. Dude's short, man.
Yeah, 5th round, I was right, yeah.
And I think Earl's going to get a stoppage in this one, man. It's going to be body. And I'm going to go 7th round KO. And I don't pick rounds either, but I think I'm going to go 7th round KO on this one. I think they're going to work him. I
think you might be right. You may be right there, yeah. You may be right.
Trap him down, man. They're going to get this guy into a corner and pulverize him.
Brooks too big for him. Too strong, too big. Carry on, mate.
And Wingy won't even have to feel bad because guess what? He's not even from the UK.
What's up? Yeah, I just want to say I saw the fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my dad.
I saw the fight too.
Nice boxing voice. Because if he comes to fight, then I'm going to have to look for him.
I saw the fight too.
I think you're accurate.
Testing 1 2. Does my mic sound nice?
Crispy.
Thank you. Good evening. Sorry I'm late. New York City traffic to New Jersey. Earl Spence, Bundu. right? Bundu is durable. That rhymes. Bundu is durable. Earl Spence, 85% KOs. Does he knock him out is the question. I hear you guys talking about knockout. If he does score a knockout, then Earl Spence is a dangerous, dangerous man.
So
For those belts.
I just got a smile on my face when Casual's here, man. We're ready to go.
Thank you.
Interview you really quick. Can, in your opinion, Earl Spence do better than Keith Thurman's performance versus Leonard the Lion Bundu?
I mean, that's the talk, right? And do you hope to see that he does better, so that then Earl Spence feels a way and Keith Thurman feels a negative way? Yeah, I hope so, because that's the match that I would like to see next. Let's not build them up anymore. Let's match them up.
You know what Spence told me today, which I found interesting and amazing. I loved it, right? Not only he, but both the trainer.
Right.
Never together, but individually watch tape and then talk about it the next day while hitting the bag or working the pads. They talk about it, and that's amazing. He said since the amateurs, he'd been watching these guys who's fighting now. So he says he's been very invested on YouTube. Again, why I know they watch it. He's been very invested in YouTube in the 130, so all the way up to 154-pound division. So he's been watching them all.
Yeah.
That being said, Enrique, sidestep or step up, in your opinion, is Leonard Bundu a sidestep or is he a step up? You consider him to be a better fighter or a more accomplished fighter than, let's say, his last win over Chris Algieri?
I would say the only reason why I know of Chris Algieri is because the Ruslan fight. And the only reason why I know of Bundu is because the Thurman fight. Me personally. So I would say that Algieri is more of a fighter, not a power hitter, and has probably a weaker jaw. And Bundu is just another test, right? So Bundu's, let's see if our man Earl Spence really has that knockout power. So no, this is a step up.
I've got to give Algieri credit for that. Got to give Errol Spence credit for that Algieri win, because it wasn't the fact that he beat Algieri; it's how he done it. He was on his case all night. And I remember when Algieri got dropped, he banged the ground in anger. Even he wasn't expecting it. It was how Errol Spence done it that really impressed me. If he goes in there and blasts out Thurman, I'm going to be well impressed. But he deserves credit for that Algieri win. People are giving him credit for it, but he deserves it. It was a good win. It was a very good win how he done it.
Yeah, that picked up my Earl Spence hype momentum.
Yeah, yeah, me too. To be honest, me too as well. Yeah.
Enrique, obviously with Kell Brook weighing 176 pounds on the WBC 30-day weigh-in for his fight with Gennady Golovkin, Triple GZ, there is a slight possibility maybe he can't come back down to 147 and defend that IBF championship title. If that is the case, and Earl has to fight for a vacant title versus another name in the 147-pound division, Enrique, because we know how you like to just think every division is the same division. Who would you like to see him with? Spence versus who?
I'm going to jump right into it. I would like to see, and this might be a mistake, I would like to see Spence fight someone like Manny Pacquiao. You know, I would like to see that. I would like to see.
How do you think that fight would go, Casual? How do you think he'd do in that fight?
It would be a technical fight, and then you would learn if he knocks out Bundu, you know he has power, and Manny Pacquiao will have to respect that and step back as their fight. And I don't think it'll be a easy exchange for Pacquiao. He'll land and run, land and move, but he'll eventually get hit. That's how I see that. But I would like to see also if Kell Brook. I don't know, man. This is why the Bundu fight is so interesting, because if it is a knockout win for Errol Spence, then he's a heavy-handed, talented fighter. Along with his talent, he has the heavy power punch, which is a dangerous combo.
I'm just putting it on the record right now. You heard it here first. I want Earl Spence to say, Keith, you can run, but you can't hide. After
Or-
he knocks out Bundu.
Or I want to hear him say, Keith, there's only one time, me and you.
Don't duck me, son.
There's only
How
one.
about you, Winky? What do you want to hear? What's the one line that you want to sell the fight?
I just want him to say, "Don't duck me, son."
I'm gonna build off of Enrique's. I think he should say, Keith, I only need one time. Yes. Yes.
Wow, you guys are high on Spence, man. Keith Thurman, I'd say just back up, man. Thurman has shown he can.
No, wait a minute, Wingy. Why you always jumping to conclusion? I'm not saying that Spence will beat him. I'm saying this is what I want him to say to build the fight.
Oh, okay.
WWE style.
Sort of like Triple G. Give me my belts. The one-liner or the Canelo. I was born ready. I was born
ready. Too early for Spence, man. But good, build it up. But
Yo, you gotta do something like that so it's a big fight, a big deal.
It's a big deal. He's a big fighter. Thank you very much, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's
Spence needs.
Ever since the Robert Guerrero win, even after Keith beat Robert Guerrero, Sean Zettel interviewed Errol Spence. He said, "Yo, I'll still beat him. I know I can beat him." Back then.
Now, I was gonna say Spence does need to, not need to, but kind of like in the interviews that I've seen, kind of like Terence Crawford. He doesn't have that outstanding personality. But the one time I did see him react was a question you asked him, Nez. You said it was, I think he was getting his hands wrapped or gloves taken off after a fight or something. And he was backstage, and then you asked him, you said, well, how do you feel about Kell Brook being the cash cow? And he went, what? Who's the cash cow? Kell Brook? And that really got to him. That's the first time I see him bite.
Yeah.
He didn't like that.
Yeah, he didn't. Well, he. It's not that he didn't like it. He just said when you think of cash cow, you think of Manny and Floyd. So I think he understands. It's a big present for everybody though. If we get a fight like Spence,
it's a big present for everybody.
If we get a fight like Spence Thurman, listen, I don't even think anybody takes a Spence challenge this year. Look, I asked both of them. Who do you think gives you an opportunity first? He ain't getting one. He's going to fight for a vacant title versus a guy like a Felix Diaz or Lamont Peterson, someone, or maybe the dude with Top Rank, right? That same Panamenev, whatever, Pomamanov, maybe by then they want to do a purse bid or some shit, and Bob gets in that business. But you think it's going to be a name like a Danny or a Keith or a Berto? You think one of those dudes are going to put this kid on their resume and fucking go to hell with him? You crazy? For what? For what? Berto's established. He had a pay-per-view fight. You got to think realistic. Think in the world that we live in. Berto just came off a pay-per-view with Floyd Mayweather. It's no fucking way in hell he's getting in the ring with Earl Spence. You got to offer that kid like 2.5 to get in there with Spence. Why? Danny, same thing. I'm undefeated, 2-division champ. I'm going to get in there with this young, hungry lion. What the fuck is wrong with you? No. Thurman, I just beat Porter.
So who's he going to fight then?
That's what the fuck I'm telling you. Nobody. You tell me.
As much as I love this sport, it's times like that where it does, like, I think, I just wish we could get past all that. But, yeah, I don't know. The Diaz fight, I think that could happen. That's what we've got to push, Nez. That's what you've got to push when you're out there talking to him, Nez. Push that fight.
Understand what I'm saying, right?
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. It's not that they're blatantly going to say no. It's this. This is the thing. Danny, he's going to say, what the fuck I'm going to fight Spence for? That fight does nothing for me. 225,000 hardcore fans love me for one fight. Tomorrow, they'll put cherries on my IG and Twitter page again, right? When I could fight Andre Berto, he's already been in a couple of wars. Nigga got a worked on shoulder, and he's been on a pay-per-view with Floyd. Yeah, I could get myself back. I could get my name back in the limelight of the casuals, the guys that matter on pay-per-view. Those the numbers that I need, right? Same thing for Kell Brook. That's why the fuck he took the fight with Golovkin. It's a bigger opportunity. A guy maybe like Guerrero because he needs it. See, guys on the low who need it. Guerrero's headlines are saying now, people think I'm washed up. So he needs an Earl Spence fight. David Avanesyan, who just beat Mosley, he needs an Earl Spence. Brandon Reels, I need an Earl Spence. Jeff Horn, who the fuck are you? I need an Earl Spence fight. But Antonio Roscoe sign a Golden Boy? I don't need an Earl Spence fight. Jesse Vargas? Nope. I got Top Rank and Manny Pacquiao. I don't need you.
Let's push the Diaz narrative. That's what I say.
What
Good
about
fight.
Timothy? I mean, I might be off.
Timothy, I don't need you, Bradley.
Yeah.
Timothy, I could just rematch Manny Pacquiao or fight Jesse Vargas with a rematch because I'm the one beat him. If Jesse happens to get lucky or even has a sexy fight with Pacquiao, Bob Arum is going to do a three-peat with fucking Bradley and Jesse. You know it.
Maybe a 4-piece.
And with a biscuit on the side, even though I said Pete. Like, you know, basketball, like repeat. But whatever. Let's open up these phone lines, right? I mean, it's time. Have you picked who's you going to pick? You going with Bundu for some weird reason?
Not at all. I'm not going to pick a KO. I'm waiting for some callers to, you know, shift my mind and tell me the real attributes that Earl Spence has or Bundu has and does not have, you know, that kind of stuff. Convince me. Yeah. But right now, I'm definitely Earl Spence.
Your boy Bundu's slippery, you know. Got those slippery movements, Nez. I don't know if you watched the fight. Check out that head movement, Bundu.
Bundu only has one loss, right? One
loss?
One loss, no KOs.
And remember, Nez, most importantly, Nez. He beat Frankie Gavin, which means Bundu must be a beast.
Right. And we need those thumbs up. You're watching now, please thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Frankie, I lost to Kelbrook Gavin. Frankie, I think I lost to Jojo Dan Gavin. Did he lose to Jojo Dan?
He also kind of lost to Bradley Skeet on my scorecard, but let's forget that.
Tell him Large Marge sent ya.
You really need to stop with this, okay? You can't just be, you know.
That's like me saying to you, you can't be loud and aggressive. That's your style. I got my style. I rock it.
I mean, promoting fighters that you know that, like Frankie Gavin, like.
Sorry, we back our fighters and support our fighters. I forgot, Nez. Carry on.
No. I know. Just put the disclaimer out there that you're like, yo, you know, I'm just saying Frankie Gavin, but I don't really mean that he's good.
Nez, oh, I swear, man, we're gonna spar. When I come over there, I'm gonna drop 50 and we're gonna spar.
Wait, so casual. I just want to know: is he sticking with Frankie Gavin being like top level?
Frankie Gavin, is he top level?
I mean, Enrique, how about this question? Spence versus Gavin for the IBF title.
Yeah, that's an easy win for.
I can't answer
Spence.
that. There's a phone call happening right now. Sorry, I can't answer that. Hello. Sorry, carry on. Hello.
Oh, that was beautiful. That's why Wingy is the man. That was great. Listen, we're gonna open up these phone lines, and we're going to thank our proud sponsor first.
TheBoxingVoice.com is brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services. El Camino Electric has over 15 years of commercial experience with startup companies, work consisting of design build, clean room fabrications, lithography labs, test labs, special tools, and equipment installs. El Camino Electrical specializes in the install of EVC from the start of the project to the finish.
All right, 908, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this? Where you calling from? 908.
I mean, what's up? I mean, pick up.
Slipping.
5:30,
you're up. All right. Blackface, we should always went to Blackface, right? He's always available.
Good evening, Blackface.
Past, present.
To everyone listening in the past, present, or future, this is Blackface from England. In regards to the Spence fight, I think he can and will outdo Thurman. I think he'll stop Bundu via KO. I don't think this is a sidestep or a step up. I think it's more of a step two. You know, a step or two Bundu is just another name on his resume. And I'm sure he'll dispatch him and make, you know, easy work of Bundu. I think it's in regards to Pac-Man. I think it's quite funny that H-Pro dropped him. I think it's a little bit harsh, but you know there is quite a few pay-per-views during that time of year on HBO, so you know they've had to kind of bump him. But I think it's still good for 200,000-300,000 pay-per-views, which you know isn't really what we've used to seeing from Pac-Man over the past few years. But yeah, it is a bit harsh, but you know he's still an active fighter, and I'm sure you know, if he does pay-per-view, I don't know if he'll do pay-per-view on Showtime or whatever, but you know, he's still good for 200, 300,000 pay-per-view buys. But yeah, that was just a quick one. That's my call.
Hey, wait, Blackface, don't leave yet. I have a question for you. Why do you think Spence is going to outdo Thurman's performance? Like, what does Thurman lack that Spence does have, and you're seeing it?
No, I mean, because obviously Spence's last fight, well, I don't know if it was his last fight. I don't know if he's had a fight since then, but the last time he fought Chris Algieri,
right?
I picked Chris Algieri to win, and he didn't. And Spence looked great in that fight, so you know, I'm never picking, you know, against Spence again, and I think he'll carry on tradition and he'll stop Bundu because, you know, I just think he'll just do a better performance than Thurman. To be honest.
You don't think that Thurman would have done the same to Algieri?
Yeah, I actually do. I think Thurman probably would have done the same to Algieri, but it wasn't Thurman who fought Algieri that day. It was Spence. So, and you know, Spencer's fighting Bundu later on down the line. I don't think he's washed up or anything like that, but I think he's just going to carry on tradition. I think he's just going to dispatch Bundu in the same way.
I'm going to write this down. You're calling it a knockout for Spence.
Yes. I'm calling it a knockout.
You want to pick a round?
No.
Okay, Blackface, I got your name down for Spence. Blackface, pick Spence. You want to close out with some philosophy?
Actually, no. Before he does the philosophy, did you give who you would like to see him versus in case Kell Brook doesn't make the weight?
True.
Well, I haven't really thought about that. Let me think. Welterweights.
What about Felix Diaz?
I don't know who that is.
What about Frankie Gavin or Jojo Dan or Kell Brook?
Frank Gavin, is he that Scottish dude that what do you call it beat Crawford?
No, he's from your neck of the woods, Birmingham, brother.
I'm not from Birmingham.
Oh, I thought he was Brummie.
No, I'm not.
Where you from, bro?
Wolves.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I don't know. I have no idea. I want to see him next. I have no clue. No idea.
All right then, Blackface. I guess it's your time.
There's no such thing as an overreaction. The first reaction is always the correct one.
Damn, I wish that were right, but I think that's wrong, man. I made too many mistakes off the. But thanks for calling in. We got none other than our own resident doctor. But sometimes with the craziness, I think he needs a doctor. Boxing MD, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, guys?
Boxing MD, you need an intro. Do you want me to make an intro rapping? It's Boxing MD in the house. Waka, waka.
Thanks, man. You can talk to Ness about that, but let me answer the boxes really quickly.
No, you do deserve one. We just can't find anything.
I have one in mind for him.
I can't believe you just knocked down my intro like that, man.
It'll be Doogie Howser over that exact beat that Winky dropped. So it'll be Doogie Howser.
I said Doogie Howser too, but then I said, damn. The younger generation, they don't even know who the fuck Doogie Howser is. That shit don't even get reruns. We need.
It might be a Dr. Oz intro then.
Oh, how about Dr. Octagon? Cool Keith. You kids don't know who that is.
House. What about Dr. House? That's the one that's hot right now on TV, right?
House, yes.
I'm Boxing MD and I'm here to stay. Carry on.
I got
Dr. Phillips.
I got wet picks in a major way. I picked the European fight every day. I don't give a fuck about Beyond. Hey.
Plus, I carry on the doctor way. Let me check your post for pick and vote.
No, you mean postal?
For picking postal, I go postal because he didn't do what he's supposed to do.
Go ahead, MD. We're so sorry over here. We're just having fun.
Love you, man.
I mean, it's all fun and games, and you can start clowning on me, but once you actually talk about boxing, Ness, I'm really gonna have to clown on you because. No, I'm being serious. Like, so let me answer these boxes really quickly. Can Keith Thurman outdo Thurman? Yes, I think he's gonna knock out.
Well, I don't know
Leonard
what you
Bundu.
read, buddy.
Yeah, it's Spence, Keith Thurman.
I mean,
yeah,
that's what I meant. Can Spence outdo Thurman? And the answer is yes. I think he will knock him out. He's 100-1 favorite, and I think that he will end Leonard Bundu's career because he's getting up there in age and he's relentless with his attack, right? I would say it's a sidestep. It's about the same level of Chris Algieri, Leonard Bundu. Spence first who? When you brought it up, Felix Diaz, because I guess for some reason they were talking about Sammy Vasquez, who obviously didn't show that he's at that level. So Felix Diaz won that fight, so he should get the next fight. And I'm not surprised about the Manny Pacquiao being dropped. But Ness, I really need you to answer a question because you were ducking me the other day and you just can't answer this.
What do you want?
How much do you think Daniel Jacobs is worth?
So off topic.
No, it's not off topic because I'm looking at this video that you had the other day on the Boxing Voice YouTube channel. Anybody listening on the podcast should check that out. And if you've noticed, not only is it doing a lot, not views-wise, but it's getting a lot of negativity. And I want you to answer a question. How much is Daniel Jacobs worth?
Damn, hating on TBV videos,
I want to answer it before you answer it, Ness, right? I would say whoever his opponent is where his value is raised or lowered. So, worth against who? Against Triple G? You know you're going to tune in faster because Daniel Jacobs is fighting Triple G over, and the conversation will be deeper versus him fighting Kell Brook. So that's where the value becomes. He may be $1 million fighter against Triple G and a $200,000 fighter versus whoever's opponent is in Brooklyn.
And that is true, but versus go up and down. Like Ward obviously has made upwards of $2 million, but versus his last fight, he only made $850,000. So it depends who Daniel Jacobs fight. When he fought Peter Quillin, I believe he made anywhere from 1.5 or maybe 2. Who knows, right? Somewhere around there. So if he fights the next level, because Peter Quillin, we could all agree, right, Wingy? I mean, he isn't Gennady Golovkin, nor was he on the level of Gennady Golovkin, so Peter Quillin money doesn't represent Golovkin money. Now that you're moving up one more level for knocking out Peter Quillin, you're stepping into that Gennady Golovkin level, well, then you deserve more money. Plus,
hello?
How much money are you?
Stories that
Yo, 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 yo. Let's go to the chat. Can anybody hear anything, or is it just me? Let me reconnect.
That's 1-2. You hear me, Wingy?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. I can hear you, bro.
They could pay the UK fighters more money because it sells out stadiums and it's over pay-per-view over there. And Eddie Hearn is willing to put up the money for that fight. Now, how much is Danny Jacobs worth versus Triple G?
I mean, I don't know a amount, right?
I mean, he got 1.5 versus Quillin, right? How much is he worth versus Golovkin?
Well, again, according to Lemieux getting like $2 million, I believe. I mean,
he got 1.5.
All right. Well, if he got 1.5, and he never even made a defense. I mean, Daniel Jacobs is making a defense. Daniel Jacobs is
1.5.
They're both. I guess they both. Well, Daniel Jacobs has less losses on his resume. He's got the cancer story. I don't know.
And Daniel Jacobs has got a better. Obviously, he's got a much better win than. He's got a better win than GGG has got in his entire record, hasn't he?
You're saying that Peter Quillin has a better win than anything that Golovkin has done?
I think so. Yeah, I rate Quillin. Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, but Wingy, I'm talking about how much is he worth? I mean, let me state some facts again. Triple G has 10 times the amount of Twitter followers.
Yeah, but did you not watch the interview? Did you not watch? That's exactly what he said. You will always find a reason to say that.
No. His best attendance is 8,000 fucking seats. His best viewership is 350,000 views on Showtime.
So what are you saying he's worth?
So you're saying he's not worth
how
anything?
much is he worth?
So you're saying he's not worth anything?
I'm saying how much more than 1.5 million is he worth, Ness?
I don't know.
Why are you asking that question anyway? What's the point of it?
Why don't you answer it
Because
yourself?
this
You
is the
obviously
whole
have-
problem with boxing. What? This is the whole problem with boxing. Because some fighters are putting their value so astronomically, unrealistically high, in which they're willing to get paid for realistically, that fights never happen, and some of the boxers do it intentionally to duck. And that's what I see exactly happen with Daniel Jacobs. Because he didn't give you a number, and you, who's defending him, refused to give a number.
How could I give a number? How could I give a number? You tell me.
Because you're saying, well, because I'm saying that.
Do I go around telling
You're
Golovkin
saying more
what
than
to
what?
take?
What do you mean Golovkin what to take?
I've never
Daniel
said-
Jacobs is the one bitching about being lowballed. Is he not?
Are you not listening? I said, do I ever go around telling Golovkin how much money to take? So why would I go around
I'm
telling
asking you a question. You're not telling Daniel Jacobs anything. I'm asking you a question.
I don't
How much should he be?
I don't know what
I know one thing.
I don't know what that man feels. All I know is that that's the only other guy outside of Billy Joe Saunders that's sexy in that division. And if you want to do something in that division, you know, you got to go through those two guys.
All right, you can't come up with a number, a worth number, but you can know what is an under ball.
On this, I mean, he's high.
What's a low offer? You can tell that, of
But
course.
I'm still trying to work out what the point is, MD.
He's saying he's ducking Golovkin. In the end, that's what he's saying. He's ducking
Right, okay,
Golovkin.
that's what I wanted him to get to.
He should have took $90,000, is what he's saying.
I didn't want to put those words in his mouth. That's what I was trying to get to.
But that's what I think he
He'll never
means.
say it. He'll never say it. Listen, no one is ever going to be worth it for Golovkin. Like, in the eyes of their fans, like, it doesn't matter who. Oh, Billy Joe Saunders, he priced himself out. He ain't shit. He ain't did shit. Yet, he's got 2 good-ass wins. You know? Oh, damn, Jacobs, he ain't shit. He ain't shit. He got a story and a good-ass win. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I like the Quillen win. I like that one.
No one should get a raise to fight Triple G. No one.
So then,
Right, MD? Right? I'm just teaming up with MD.
Oh,
right?
Because then you agree. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, if it's a super fight, that's the problem, right? That is the problem.
Man, you can't take all the money.
What you understand is that it isn't a super fight, right? But because we live in a universe where 2 separate realms exist, he is a star in his universe. And in his universe, he gets 1.5 to fight Peter Quillen, and he's probably getting like 850 or $1 million to fight Sergio Mora.
So what? But we haven't even got any idea what kind of offer he's been given for Golovkin, have we? To even start discussing realistically.
No, but he did say that it was a disrespectful offer. I mean, the video's there. They can check the YouTube.
Yeah, check the YouTube. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Saying that, I kind of see MD's point. I still think the fight's got to be made, and Jacobs at some point has got to take that fight, man. He's got to take the fight. I don't know. It's hard to discuss without knowing the numbers.
It's got to be a fair fight.
Listen, I did the interview, and I heard him. He said, if he's the best, pay me for fighting the best. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, you don't go up the ladder to then not get paid for your opportunity.
It's a big drama show for everybody.
Oh, pay like it's a drama. And again, you know, you can't hide behind the fact that, oh, it's another country. It's another country. You just can't, you know. Either the guy's a star and he deserves to be paid like one, or he's not. Let's try Amin again.
Yo.
Yo.
What's good, fellas?
What up?
Yo, I'm gonna say something first though. And this ain't. I'm gonna get back to the topic, but I'm gonna shout out Reggie Jones. Reggie Jones is an Olympian, 1972 Olympics. He was born in Savannah, Georgia, but he was, raised in Newark. He used to work with my brother. He's just retired from DIFAS. My mom's coworker, and I used to work with his wife. And he was robbed in the 1972 Olympics. So there's an article in the Star Ledger about him. So I want to shout him out. Shout out to Reggie Jones. He deserved that medal. Moving on, man. Listen, Bundu is a step up because this is a fight that leads Earl Spence to fighting Keith Thurman. And I'll take another. Listen, that should be the next fight. I'll take another opponent for Thurman, but not for Spence.
Well,
That's
let me
the
tell
fight
you this.
that should be made.
Earl knows he's not getting Thurman next, and what he wants next is Thurman, Danny Garcia.
That's not bad. I mean, so what does he want? So maybe he fights Pacquiao in the winner of Garcia Thurman? I don't know. That sounds pretty good to me.
Shit, if you asking
but
me,
I do think it's a step up, though.
If you asking me, you know I like to live in the world I live in, which is reality, and I don't see no Earl Spence or no Keith Thurman getting no Pacquiao fight. So yeah, that ain't on the table. I gotta see that.
Well,
signing.
I thought in light of, you know,
I would love, yes, I would love exactly what you're about to say. In light of what happened with his contract and shit, I would love for Showtime to pick him. Man, baby Jesus would have been looking down on us, man. That would be great. That would be great for real, especially if there's a couple of fights, not just like that one time. I think they only did this. Was it just the Mosley fight and then he was gone? I hope it's not a one and done. We need a multiple.
Was it.
See, we need let's lock him in. Let's lock him in. Even if we drag him out, right? Even if he ends up fighting like a 5-fight deal, and at the end of the 5 fights, he's getting beat up by young and up-and-coming welters. So what? Lock him in. We need that name. We need that name. Let's make the sport grow. Put them on free TV. Put them on free TV. Put that rematch back out there. Pay us back. Pay us the fuck back for that $100. Pay me back. Give me Pacquiao Mayweather 2 on CBS or NBC or not Spike, too small, but Fox. Pay me back. That was $100. Give it back to me. Give it back to me for free on here. Do the right thing. Sign Manny Pacquiao. Sign him like they did Joshua. Sign him. Why not? I hope I'm right. I mean, not right, but I hope that happens, right?
I hope so too, man. But listen, I ain't gonna hold the line up, man. Great show. I've been loving all the spontaneous joints. Shout out to Wingy. Wingy, I know you banging that landlord.
I'm what?
You banging the landlord.
Gigs, brother. What's going on with you?
He from the UK. He might not know that slang, bro. You gotta break it down.
Yeah, break it down, man.
Yo, the landlord, Gigs, Hollow Man.
Oh, yes. Sorry, brother. You're right. I'm late to the album. I am gonna get it. Yes.
You from the Midlands. You don't rate that. You from the Midlands. My man's from the Midlands. Come on.
Yeah. No, I've got to get the album. I saw him tweet earlier that a couple of days ago the album's out. I'm late to it. Yeah, I will get that. Yeah. Cheers.
Great show, fellas. Cheers.
As always, thank you for calling in. Let's see here. We got some alumni. Our resident rock star. I'm telling you, you gotta love this show. We even got a rock star.
I love this thing.
Well, good afternoon to everybody. Good evening to those of you on the East Coast, and good morning to you, Mr. Wingy. Yo, Wingy, why do they call you Wingy anyway?
Because I did Wing Chun for 4 years.
Okay. You know what?
That was
Wing Chun is.
So, Nestor, although there is a topic at hand, this is a Thursday show, so we don't necessarily have to stick to one particular topic, do we?
No, man. Voice your opinion, baby. Voice your opinion.
This is the voice of the people, and those people include a rock star.
You sound like you have a bone to pick with someone.
Yeah, I do. I have a bone to pick with Nestor Gibbs.
Why me?
And because, oh my God. Tuesday's show, the episode, maybe it was yesterday, I'm not sure, regarding Gamboa as a possible opponent for Miguel Cotto.
Yeah,
that was bullshit, worthless defense, and trying to be the fucking devil's advocate, as they say. That was horrible. That's the worst defense I've ever heard. And on that call, Boxing MD, the worst caller in the history of the Boxing Voice, made the worst call in the history of boxing MD until today. Oh my gosh, like that guy's always worried about people's pockets. However, there is one small point that he does make. I don't think he knew how to articulate it. So I'm going to try to do that for him. And that is, these guys want to get paid what they're worth, or, you know, if they're going to step up, they want to get paid as such. You know, we always refer to the great Floyd Mayweather. He didn't take that kind of money versus De La Hoya, and he was already making a lot of money on pay-per-view. You step up so that your next fight you can get paid the big bucks. That's all. These guys aren't forward thinking, and I think that's the point he was trying to make. So it's like, if you're a fighter, you invest in yourself.
So in the minds of you and MD, your only step up is when you face the best fighter in the world. So since it's your step up, you got to take short money, because your next fight versus no one, because you just beat the best fighter if you happen to beat. I mean, what the fuck sense does that make?
So I'll tell you what sense it makes. Are you telling me that, look, okay, I'm a rock star, right? So my first album did very well. Guess what? My next album, the label wants me to do it. Well, you got to fucking give me a lot of money. The album after that didn't do quite as well. Couldn't ask for as much money. That album did well. I get more money. If Daniel Jacobs beats Gennady Golovkin,
no, Famalam. He already went platinum by knocking out in the first round Peter Quillen.
That's going gold.
No.
If you tell me he's not going to be...
Gold is valuable.
Stop. No. That's bullshit. There's no way you could fucking knock out a champ, right? In that little bit of time, and then that still doesn't get you a payday. What was that if it's not the big fight to get you the bigger money fight?
Right. When you go gold, you get the bigger advance to go platinum.
Right. So this is the thing. Okay? If fucking he knocks out Triple G, you don't think he's gonna make more money after that? You don't think more people are gonna want to watch him?
No, the point is to knock out Quillen.
You're dumb.
Man, the point is to knock out Quillen to get the big money fight with Triple G.
Exactly.
Okay. And why? No, you're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Why don't he take good money versus Triple G, knock that fool out, and then after that, he's the cash cow. After that, he gets to make the call on who gets what money.
It doesn't work that way. He is at a risk. That's where it comes in, right? High risk, low reward. No, it's a high risk. High risk. I should get that high risk payday. Because what if he doesn't knock him out?
These guys, none of them become superstars. That's why Floyd Mayweather became a superstar.
So if he gets knocked out, then does he get another payday opportunity?
Yo, when the Pacquiao fight was at its highest risk potential for Floyd Mayweather, he took 50-50. And then he became bigger than Pacquiao. Pacquiao got knocked out. Then he took 60-40. You know?
I have to be honest. I think Rockstar's got a point. I think that Danny Jacobs needs to just take the fight. Even if it's a bit less money, he needs to look at the bigger picture. Once he's gone in there, and I'm sure he's confident, once he's gone in there and knocked out Golovkin, he needs to look at what can happen afterwards. Not saying he's going to do that, but he's a confident fighter. And afterwards, then his stock will go up.
All right, Winky, let me give a point in case. Right? We're going to cross the pond. I'm going to give a point in case. Kell Brook was supposed to fight who? Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas was going to get the bigger pay. The threat was bigger for Jesse than it was for Kell Brook, right? That's Eddie Hearn's strategy. Listen, it's an easy fight for you. So Triple G should get the lower pay because Triple G will look really good beating up Daniel Jacobs. He will be like, see, I did it. I'm worth this much money. Danny Jacobs is putting in the bigger risk.
When it all comes down to it, it's about putting asses in seats and putting fucking people in front of their TVs. And if you beat Gennady Golovkin, I'm going to want to watch every fight after that. And I'll be willing to pay to watch you fight.
But you're hoping that he beats Gennady Golovkin.
You got to invest in yourself.
Off the bat, who do you think will win, Gennady Golovkin or Danny Jacobs?
First of all, you a casual ass fan, okay? Because he invested nearly fucking 10 years ago when he got in there with Dmitry Prague at 20-0. This kid isn't afraid to fight Gennady Golovkin. He just ain't stupid. He ain't gonna go in there versus the best again for free, putting his ass on the line for you So you
Well,
can
no
turn your
one's
back
saying
on
to
him.
do it for free. I mean, the man should obviously get paid. Like, that's what you got to do. Always got to go percentages. Look at the numbers. How much ratings does fucking Golovkin get? What kind of numbers made have they done on pay-per-view? That kind of thing. How many tickets they sold? You just look at that and you just go off a percentage and just say, is it worth? If this fight generates,
Yo,
$5
look at
million
the chat, man.
dollars.
You need to go on a computer like I told you before. The chat
Man,
is
they
saying
don't even know what they're
the
talking
chat
about.
is saying that casual is killing you. That's how bad you're looking right now, man. It's a
Dude,
damn
you're
shame.
ridiculous.
You
All right,
Triple
well,
G
he's
fans are
ducking him.
deluded.
He's ducking him.
It's just one of those things, isn't it? You could say,
why can't you just say, I'll beat his ass right now for free, and then after that I killed the boogeyman, and then I'm worth fucking $10 million a fight. Why can't he just say that, dude?
Because he makes a living. He makes a living off of fighting.
That Mayweather is down to move up and wait to fight Canelo, down to move up and wait to fight Cotto.
He makes a living off of fighting.
Fight Oscar De La Hoya. That's why he did it. Those are bigger risks, but he did it because that was worth the money.
Cut it. You went 2 rounds, Rockstar. I know that you will not pay to be the opening act for like some big rock star that I don't know, and then before that, there's 3 other shows. You're not going to do that for free because the big name is the main event.
Man, I'm going to that caller. Where he's at? He's not even in there? I'm going to add him. I'm adding you, man. JD, that's a great... I can't believe we didn't think about that. That is the most beautiful opportunity and sexiest fight to be made. When we talk about Spence versus who, man, and matter of fact, he just picked up JD. I'm hoping you can handle this one yourself because that was a beautiful suggestion.
What's up, man? What's the damn deal? I can't believe this shit. All right. Can I come in throwing haymakers or you want me to jab?
Haymaker.
Man, we want haymakers. This is the Thunderdome. Listen, if you got to knock somebody's head off, you knock it off.
Man, listen, man. First of all, if Jacobs got paid 1.5 to fight Peter Quillin, you asked a great question, and he never answered it. What do they think he should get? Do they think Jacob should take 1.5 to fight Triple G?
Now they're saying that he should take less because when he beats Triple G, which is a high risk, when he beats Triple G, when the odds are against Daniel Jacobs, when he beats Triple G, that he's going to move on to bigger and better names with bigger paydays attached. That's what they're saying. They're scared to say numbers.
Because there's another Triple G out there doing pay-per-views in the middleweight division. These guys are deluded, man.
Not selling shit. He doing pay-per-views, not selling shit. I mean, so what are we really talking about? What he needs is a dancing partner. What they need to do is come off the money to get a dancing partner. This is simple to me. If a dancing partner is what you need, come off the money, get your dancing partner, and then from there, it's all gravy. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand. I mean, basically, what I'm looking at is Daniel Jacobs, and just like he said this shit. Daniel Jacobs and Triple G are the best middleweights. So if you put these 2 middleweights together, you know what I'm saying? Why not? You're gonna have to pay the other middleweight, you know what I'm saying, to get the fight. Simple.
Listen, I just want to make an announcement that was not what I was promoting. He says something else that is even better than this, and we're just waiting for that to happen.
Oh man, we'll put it out there. You can't put it out there?
When we talk about Spence versus who, Wingy, I don't even believe how this didn't come up before the show. Khan, what sexier name in the welterweight division is there for Spence after this win?
When you said that, I went down the list and I saw Khan. There's no way Khan would take an Errol Spence fight. There's no way.
Yeah, but he's the only big available name.
If you listen to Khan from Khan from this point in wants big, massive fights, huge fights, as we've seen. Errol Spence, even though we like him as a hardcore, like we know he's good, that name is not big enough for Amir Khan. I'm telling you, he wouldn't take that fight.
Well, JD, are you sticking around for these topics, or you got, what up?
Well, this is what I want to say about the fights this weekend. Spence, I think this is a step up, and you had a call, I forget his name, but he said the right thing. What he said was this is a step up because it puts him on that path to Thurman, but Spence's name still shouldn't be mentioned with Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman should be fighting Garcia. But as far as this fight, Spence is going to win. I'm going to go with late stoppage, championship rounds.
All right, what's your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao being dropped by HBO?
Not surprised. Not surprised with that bullshit fight they trying to put on.
I'm surprised, though.
Yo, stop. Don't say that's bullshit, because this is no different than Berto Mayweather.
I don't like this fight. I just think the top welterweight should be fighting the top welterweight. We've seen how a top welterweight manhandled him for 12 rounds. I want to see the best fight the best.
Sean Porter isn't in those IBF rankings ever since he lost to Kell Brook, and they took him out of the rankings the next week. But if somehow they want to pay him back for that fiasco, Porter versus Earl, that would be nice.
I mentioned that earlier. Great fight.
Hey, listen, JD, I'm going to get to you. I actually have Heather, the Heat, Hardy. Wingy, you take lead. Monster Piece, thank you. Heather, how are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
We are good. We're happy to have you. I'm going to pass you to my co-host here, Daniel, and we will get started.
Well, nice to speak to you, Heather. I've got a question. This will be the first fight of yours and the first female fight, me personally, that I've ever chosen to watch. What can I expect on fight night?
Nothing different than from the boys' fight. I think that's the big fight that all us girls have.
Yeah.
On boxing, you have a couple fights come up. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them are exciting. Some of the guys punch hard, some of them have bad form, and there's really no different with the women. What you can expect out of me is I'm a real come forward, active fighter. I throw a lot of punches and stay in the pocket.
Good. Okay. Casual. Okay. Let me actually before Casual goes, let me got one more. I've got one more question actually, which I want to quickly ask. So doing research, I've read you've got like a genuine grudge against your opponent, Shelly Vincent. For those who don't know, where did the rivalry begin with you both?
It's funny, like I really don't have a grudge against her. I really don't give a shit about her at all. I mean, this started really early in our careers. She was signed to a promoter out in Rhode Island, and I was signed to Lou DiBella in New York. And she would show up at my fights because I always brought a ton of press with me. And she would show up at my fights and cause a scene in front of the cameras because she knew damn well that we both had our own promoters and we could never fight each other. We were both contracted to fight, me in New York and her in Rhode Island. So she would come in front of my cameras and call me out and call me names and make fun of how I looked and how I dressed and how I talked. And it was just really a pain in the ass. And Lou finally signed her, so now it's time to face the music.
Okay, that's good. I mean, like I said, doing the research, that's what I saw and heard that there was a little bit of a grudge there. Nez?
Heather, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
I am great. Are you excited? I mean, truly excited. You're on TV finally. You have been working so hard in that New York City area, and you've gotten your opportunities. On a Sunday, NBC has decided to pay for a slot, an hour slot, right before boxing, basketball, and they're gonna slide boxing in there, and we're gonna get to see you. I mean, how excited are you?
Words can't even describe how excited I am. I mean, this is what I've been fighting for. This is my chance. This is my coming out party.
Now, obviously,
I can't not give credit to Lou. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, of course, but gotta give credit to PBC, right? I mean, this hasn't been done since maybe Christine Martin, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's never been done on a PBC show before. So Lou went to bat for us and fought so hard, and Al Heyman agreed. So I'm proud to be able to say thank you, Al Heyman. Get to be the first girl to say that.
Now, is it any added stress or pressure though? Because it's like, you know, you've been working so hard to make a name for yourself, to show these other guys that, hey, us girls can fight just as good. And now you have to do that on the grand stage in front of the cameras. Is it going to be any added pressure, or is it just another day at the office?
You know what? Every win, every fight is a must win. So I don't know that there's any more or less important than any one. Because had I not won all my fights, I might not have gotten to the stage. And I know that going up in the ring every time, you know, that you can't have a big mouth like I have and say, I deserve to be on TV and then not be great. So there's not any added stress. But because of the history that I have with my opponent, I'm actually excited for the fight. Not for the cameras. The cameras are there, and that's what I've been fighting for, and that's great. But my excitement lies in beating this girl, and that's going to come out in on the TV and for all the fans to get to see.
That's really good, because when I said there was a grudge match, obviously you initially said no, but Nez managed to get that, and I can hear it bubbling a little bit more now. So, it might not be the best way to introduce people, as you want people to come for the skill, but a grudge or a little bit of beef does help, I feel. So I'm looking forward to see what happens.
Oh, yeah, no, listen. Sure. I mean, listen, Heather is this sweet, she's a mom, she has a daughter, you know, she's got to be, you know, she's the poster woman right now for boxing, but the truth is, she's from New York. This other girl is from Connecticut, and they're both locally hot, right? Because this girl's been built in Foxwood, so she's gonna bring her people. I mean, I'm expecting a great fight in Coney Island.
Yeah.
Now, I know obviously you're not going to want to. Oh, sorry, carry on, Heather. Go.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I know you're not going to want to talk too much about your opponent, obviously, you know, but for people who don't know her style, what kind of style does she bring, and how's that going to mesh with your come forward, throwing lots of punches, as you said?
Well, you know what? My opponent is less technical and more aggressive. She comes forward with a lot of punches, and she likes to fight on the inside. She's pretty short. She's like my daughter's height. So I plan on working on using my reach and staying on the outside. But trust and believe, I'm prepared to stay in and bang if that's what she wants to do. So, you know, we fill it out. We go in the first round and see what she's got, and we figure out what the best way to beat her is. And that's what we're going to do on Sunday night.
Heather, being as though that there's not very many women in boxing, who would you say has the better resume between you and your opponent? Because you're both obviously undefeated. She is 18-0 and you are 17-0. So who would you say has faced the better level of opposition? Or because it's that scarce, have you basically faced the same people?
Well, I'll be honest. If you look at our box rec, this isn't just me saying I fought better fighters. If you look at our box rec and at our opponent list, it's in print that I have in the past year stepped up my opponents. I've fought girls who, with winning records, I think the last girl I knocked out, I think, was like 10-1 or something, and the girl after that I fought was 9-1, or whatever it is. I fought girls with better records over the past maybe year and a half, where she kind of stayed with, like, you know, I think for her 15 fights, she fought a debuter. So she really hasn't faced anyone like me, and I think she's discounting my ability in there. So I keep on saying it, but don't sleep on me. Don't sleep on the heat.
Are you going to be bringing, like, do you have an advantage just being from Gleasons and, you know, having that ability to see world level fighters and trainers on a consistent basis. I mean, her being from Connecticut, when you think of Connecticut, it's like Chad Dawson, Iceman John Scully. That's it. But New York is New York.
I know. I mean, who do I have for sparring partners? Cindy and Amanda Serrano, Alicia Ashley, Monica Jeffrey, Melissa St. Phil. These are all world champion females who've been in the game before I ever even learned how to box, and they're in there teaching me the things they know, showing me the things they know, which Devon, my coach, always used to tell me in the corner, no matter who I'm fighting, he'd whisper to me right after the bell ring, she ain't Ashley. I mean, and she ain't going to show you nothing my sister hasn't shown you. So I definitely think that gives me the upper hand. I'm exposed to a lot of different styles and girls who really know how to fight.
Well, Heather, we don't want to hold you up. Actually, one last one. Is it a bit strange that you're going to fight on a Sunday? I mean, and at the same time, do you embrace it because it's like history in the making? First woman back on boxing on the big screen, and also, you know, basically on a Sunday. And also, I'm sorry, my co-host has a bunch of questions. I didn't realize all the messages he sent me.
That's okay. It's okay. I have time.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask.
As far as
Sorry, carry on. Go.
No, yeah, she was gonna get to mine. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, I was gonna say like fight. It's okay. Fighting on a Sunday. At first, I was like, "What the hell on a Sunday night?" But you know, you have to be happy with the small victories. And being on TV, being the first woman in boxing to do something else, I mean, it's an overwhelming sense of gratitude and thanks. And you know what? Let's get through this step on the ladder. And of course, like I want to be fighting at the main event at the Barclays Center on a Saturday night on a HBO, you know, or Showtime main event. But this is where you start. And for this door to be cracked open gives me the platform to prove that I deserved bigger, because there is bigger.
Now, I wanted to ask, your name and profile, from my perspective, is a lot higher than other female boxers, hence this PBC fight. What do you attribute that to? Your fighting style, your personality, your story? Why are you more known, from at least from my perspective, than other female fighters?
I think that there are a lot of reasons why. The first one is social media. Like I utilize my social media very well and promote myself, and I took it upon myself to market myself, to sell my own tickets, to become known in the public. Like I don't just sell tickets out of the gym.
Right.
I guest bartending spots, and I've been doing this since I made my pro debut. That's why I sell upwards of $20,000 in tickets, or upwards of $15,000 in tickets, because I go out to bars, I do guest spots, I have ticket selling parties. I mean, I have made myself a big enough network through effort and not just sitting around saying, well, the guys don't have to do the work. It's like accepting that this is going to be harder for me, but I'm going to figure out how to do it anyway. So I've gone to really great lengths to let people know that I'm here. And the more you build your network, it's like you might meet somebody at a ticket selling party who says, oh, my best friend writes for the Daily News. And then he writes a story. And then
right.
he reads that story who says, oh, my best friend does for ESPN. And doors just started opening that way. I made myself available for interviews. Even now, I mean, I'm not complaining. This is wonderful that you guys would have me on to talk about this. But it's very time consuming. And I don't know that anyone really put that time in before I did it. I'm not like this incredible, amazing person. You know, I mean, I'm all right. I'm not an asshole, but I'm not anything that someone else couldn't be also through hard work, because that's all I do different. I work really, really hard, and I'll stop at nothing to get what I want.
Well, I have got one more question. I know we are taking up your time very quickly. How did you, on that bright, beautiful day, when did you decide that, do you know what, I want to fight for a living? What got you into putting on the gloves?
Sure. It's actually kind of a long story, so I'm sorry in advance. But I was in the middle of a divorce, and I was working like 6 jobs, living with my sister. My sister was like my wife, because I would go out and work all day, and she would stay home with both of our kids. And like after months of this, they opened up like a little karate school in my neighborhood. And my sister got me a gift certificate and was like, you need to go. You need to have a social life. It's fucking driving me crazy. So I would take these classes late at night. And within 3 weeks of taking the classes, the woman who was running the fight team said, we're having like a small amateur competition. Would you be interested in trying it? And I don't know why I said yes, because I was like the most shy kid on the planet. But for whatever reason, Chris Algieri was actually the main event. He was a kickboxer on the show. He was the main event. This was a kickboxing event. And for whatever reason, walking through a crowd of 2,000 people with the lights and the music, I felt so at home. It was like standing in that ring, getting my first win. It was like the first time I was ever good at something. And I realized I can never not do this.
Awesome. Nez.
Well, at this time, Heather, if you haven't, actually, what is your opinion on the Olympics and the fact that women are still wearing headgear while the men get to take it off?
You know, I think it shadows the pros. The women are still doing 2-minute rounds because the men are doing 3s, and they have this like medical studies that the WBC released that women are more susceptible to concussions than men. So I really don't know about that. I mean, what bothers me more is the headgear, is the fact that we're still operating on 3 weight classes, and you have so much amateur talent being crammed inside 3 weight classes when you can really have a tremendous amount of women showcasing female boxing.
Well, Heather, we want to hope that you do your best, that this show turns out to be the best. I hear tickets are doing well. Let everyone know where they can still buy tickets and your social media in case they are not already following you, they can do so.
Yes, thank you. So you can follow me on Instagram at Heather the Heat. I'm on Twitter at Heather Hardy Box. And you can find me on Facebook, Heather Hardy. And the link to buy tickets is on all my websites, on all my pages. It's heather-hardy.com. Or tickets can be purchased right at the Ford Amphitheater in Coney Island.
Heather, well, thank you again, and we'll see you Sunday. And Monster Piece, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Heather. Thanks, guys. Awesome. All right. Thanks.
All right. Well, there you have it. Heather Hardy. She is on the undercard of Errol Spence, Leonard Bundu. You know the topics. Can Spence outdo Thurman? Is Bundu a sidestep or a step up? Spence versus who? JD with the best name. Should it be Khan for that vacant IBF title? Manny Pacquiao gets dropped from HBO. That was freaking shocking.
Can I just ask for the chat and for people watching in the past, present, or future to hit the like button? Come on, your favorite podcast, hit that like.
It's almost sad that we
I know, Nez, man. I know. It is sad, but I think people take us for granted. We need a like, man.
I thought they liked us around here, man.
They don't like us, man.
Cali Crown Holder, talk to me.
Hey guys, great interview with Heather Hardy, but yeah, man, I think Errol Spence is gonna come through and run through Bundu by about the 6th. I think Bundu's like all right, but I mean it's been almost 2.5 years since he fought Thurman, right? So I mean, like
2.5. Damn,
I
don't know, but he did fight Pablo Munguia.
Yeah, 2014. Yeah, he's right.
Yo, he did fight Pablo Munguia and could not stop him.
Right. So I mean, I think he's put a little bit more miles on him. He's a little bit older. So I mean, and Spence, I think he's the truth in the 147 for real. Like he was taking some shots at one time, and Keith is like one of my favorite fighters. But the way he attacks that body, I think he takes Keith out too. Because Keith doesn't like those body shots. I mean, he did all right against Porter, but I think Spence is the true class in the 147. But as far as who we should fight next, I think Porter's a good one, but I don't think Porter wants it. I don't think Porter wants to fight Spence. I mean, he just came off the loss against Thurman. He's had one win in between that and the loss against Brooks, so I think he's going to want to try and get a fight he can win. But I think that's a good, fight for the IBF for the vacant title. But Spence, it's kind of like Crawford, right, where he doesn't really have the personality to kind of like call people out like that. But I mean, what he should do after he beats Bundu is, get on the microphone and be like, people are running up to 160 to avoid me. You know, like people would rather fight Golovkin than fight me. So who's gonna step up and fight me? You know, like they say Golovkin's the boogeyman. I'm the real boogeyman. But I mean, he doesn't have that personality to do it. And yeah, I mean, people just. I mean, I like the interview with Daniel Jacobs. I think I thought he didn't come out and say it, but like he did kind of say like, look, it's kind of like the Angel Garcia thing, where once you call somebody out and they send you a bum offer, if you turn it down, you look like you ducking. But there's you don't duck if it doesn't make financial sense. You know, like there's a risk reward, and if the reward doesn't give you what's the value of the risk, then you don't take the risk. And there's nothing wrong with saying, cut me the check. If you want me to take the risk, cut me the check. So,
cut it, skirt.
Yo.
And that ain't mean cut the check. I mean cut the call.
But
What's his name? I want to write it down. I missed out on his name.
That is Cali Crownholder, but I do agree with him. And every sane boxing fan agrees with you. It's only the Golovkinites that are going to say he's ducking and he should take short money. Anyone who's just a fan of boxing, they understand that. You know what I mean? They understand it. Let me see what we got here. We got maybe Jay Corpus, just listening.
Hey, no, I'll say something.
Okay.
What's up, y'all?
Jay Corpus,
What's up,
from?
Casual?
Where you calling from, man? You be calling all these years. Let them know.
Hey. Well, what's that area code after my name?
Corpus, Texas.
No.
It's Jay Corpus. What?
Nah. You about to tell us.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
It's from Stockton, California. It's your boy Jay Corpus from the 209.
Okay. What's up? First time caller, long time listener, huh?
Yeah, you better get your huh?
What? He calls in from time to time, but he just likes to listen on Stitcher. Shout out to all our Stitcher listeners. So Jay Corpus, what are you doing? Sound like you're in your trunk right now. You just dumped. Who you dumping? You got a body in there? What's going on?
Training the dogs.
We'll get you guys' guns ready. You guys got it ready?
Hell no, man.
I'm always ready.
No, don't shoot yet. Don't shoot. Because I'm gonna commit suicide, first time ever live on the Boxing Voice.
Oh, you gonna pick Bundu?
Yo, I'm gonna pick Nate Diaz on Saturday versus Conor McGregor.
Oh, don't bring that shit up here, man. Fuck's sake.
Yo, shoot
Get him. Shoot him.
Let me tell you, this dude's been listening for like 5 years, so
That's why he says he's about to commit suicide.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
But I'm gonna hit him with the 50 cal because I want to separate limbs.
Damn.
Let me turn this up though. Let's separate some limbs right now. And just in case, how dare you? How dare you?
I don't like that shit for sure, bro. I don't like that shit.
You right about that, Casual. I ain't like that shit. Santiago, always give us a great call. Talk to us, brother. Santiago, where you from, Santiago? Where's 323? Where's that at?
Los Angeles, California, man. Born and raised.
All right, Los Angeles. Mexican? Where you from? Nationality?
Born here in the United States. My mom is Salvadorian. My dad is Guatemalan.
Oh, damn. So you don't have. So you see, you're not like automatically drawn to Canelo. So who is your favorite fighter? Damn, Guatemalan. Who the hell is Guatemalan? Are there any fighters?
You got me. You got me, dude. I don't really see that many Guatemalan or Salvadorian fighters for that matter. The last Salvadorian fighter I saw fight was against Mayweather, and he was actually from my mom's hometown.
Wait, is
but,
it Randy,
you know what?
Randy Caballero? No, I think he's Nicaraguan. Is Caballero? Man,
he's not from El Salvador.
I wonder what happened to Caballero. That kid ain't fighting a long time. Anyway, sorry to hijack your call. Can Spence outdo Thurman?
I believe so. He can because it's been a while since we've seen Leonard Bundu fight, and the one thing we have to remember now is that he is up there in age. When he fought Thurman, he was already 40. He's 42, so I think he'll outdo him the way he probably hopes he outdid Pacquiao with Algieri. I see it as a late round stoppage between rounds 10 and 12.
Bundu sidestep or a step up in your opinion?
I think given the lack of quality opponents out there for him to face at the moment, I would call it a sidestep. But I do hope to God he can fight somebody. Like, honestly, I'd like to see him fight against, maybe if they do make the fight, the winner of Garcia Berto. Hell, if they wanted to, if they needed to sell a fight, they could go ahead and maybe, as another side step or a step down, depending how you see it, they could make a fight with Frankie Gavin, because the one thing they could sell with Frankie Gavin is he dominated in his last fight Mauricio Herrera, a guy who arguably beat Danny Garcia and David Benavidez Jr. Also, I'm not surprised about HBO dropping Manny Pacquiao and his contract there.
Wait. Just backspace a little bit. Didn't you say Frankie Gavin, but you meant Frankie Gomez?
Right, Frankie Gomez. I'm sorry. So many Frankies out there these days.
Yeah, just don't confuse.
Yeah, I meant Frankie
Gavin,
Gomez.
If you confuse it with Gavin, Winky's gonna put.
I knew he's gonna come at me next.
I knew you was gonna smile.
No. Santiago, so
going back to the top.
Santiago, if Earl Spence does not KO Bundu, then does that mean he still outdid Thurman?
I think as someone put it out, it'll depend how he did it, because the way Thurman did it, he basically outboxed him, but a lot of people were not satisfied with his performance. So if you get an Errol Spence that if he does win a decision, but he wins it in a way that you probably think to yourself, man, this fight should have been stopped, I think he still outdoes him. It depends how he does it. If he does it the same way Thurman did it, then no, he didn't outdo him whatsoever. Because I don't know who said it, but if someone said it wasn't that Spence knocked out Algieri that did it, it's how he knocked out Algieri that did it. That made us think, oh shit, look at him, look what he did.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I got your name down for a Spence supporter on Sunday.
Yeah, and going back to the topic at hand, I'm not surprised that HBO dropped Manny Pacquiao on his contract. You know, this fight, as far as I'm concerned, as far as most people are concerned, you know, isn't worth the pay-per-view. I mean, and as you put it out too, you know, he did a stint with Showtime for the Mosley fight, and they didn't have any issues then. So I'm pretty sure Showtime would probably be more than happy to take the fight. And if not, I heard that supposedly he was even going to try ESPN. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but hey, whoever takes the fight at this point.
Cool.
What's the last question you guys have?
Well, you just got to make a pick, and now that's it, I guess, because you hit all the boxes.
He picked Spence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, you got all the boxes.
Spence by knockout. Yeah, Spence by either knockout in the 10th or 12th round.
All right. Well, thank you, Santiago, for calling in, Los Angeles, and we
Salvador Hondureño.
Exactly, Latino in the house. Listen, No Name Boxing. First time calling?
First time caller. What's good, Ness?
What's up? Hold on a minute. Let me give you that intro. Do you need a prep? Do you know how to do this? How long you been listening?
I've been listening for a minute. I got it all down pat, King.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of first-time callers calling in amped up, charged up.
I like it. I'm charged up. But listen, I want to ask you a different question. Now I got a new one. It's how did you start listening? Like, where did you find us?
Just YouTube, just surfing. Perfect. You know what I mean? Okay. I see you guys after the fights and stuff, and see a live telecast. I like what y'all niggas is doing, man.
Introduce them.
They're not frauds like Dante Boxing and Boxing.
Okay, save that for the fight. Introduce the man.
We out here. We out here, man. I name names, man. We out here. What's good?
Introduce him.
Ladies and gentlemen,
making his professional debut.
There's No Name Boxing TV, aka the Legendary Man, aka the Pugilist World Legend. What's up, fellas?
I like it. I like it. So talk to us, brother. We got a few topics. I don't know if you've been listening. Do you need me to tell you what we're talking, or you just got something on your mind you want to get off your chest?
Can I help?
Couple things, man. I want to say on my chest too, man. Errol Spence is gonna knock this bum out on Sunday. The thing is though, PBC has the Gennady Golovkin of the welterweight division. After he knocked this bum out, they're gonna duck him. Keith Thurman included. I don't know, man. I think Errol Spence is the future of welterweight boxing. He might be 154 because I don't think anybody's gonna fight him at 147. Danny, Keith Thurman, maybe Porter might fight him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Al Heyman has plans for Keith Thurman. I don't think Keith Thurman wants that fight right now. Real shit.
Thumbs down. I'm sorry, not thumbs down. No Name Boxing. Did you say Thurman, he'll get knocked out by Spence?
Probably. Too much tools, man. Too much tools, too much skills, too much power. Too big, too.
But that's based off of the Algieri win, or what's that based off of? Because Thurman has bigger wins as well. Thurman has the bigger resume.
Don't matter. I see the talent, the skill, the power. It ain't gonna matter to get in that ring, man. He's gonna get knocked the fuck out. Maybe in like 7, 8 rounds, man. Real shit. He's talented.
Casual. That's what these hardcores call the eye test, Wingy Love.
Eye test. You know what I'm saying? Because like resume, man, because these guys in this political scope of boxing, these guys fight who they want to build their resume. But these guys who are top tier not gonna fight a killer like Spence. These guys who are like mid tier, like Danny Jacobs, ain't gonna fight Gennady Triple G Golovkin. Canelo's not gonna fight Triple G. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna die badly. They know this shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they give them the chance, and they can sit back in the cut, and be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? He ain't fight nobody, but nigga, if they fighting you, they want to fight you. You know? So, you know, I'm drinking Black Henny, man. Pardon me. You know what I'm saying? Kind of saucy. What's up?
All good.
No. But hold on. But Keith Thurman don't have a built-up resume. He has Sean Porter, Collazo, Guerrero, Bundu, Diaz, Sota Caras, all those fighters.
I give him Porter. I give him Diego Chavez because he's a tough out. He's very awkward. Solid fighter. Porter definitely, he got that win on that. You know what I'm saying? He closed rounds exceptionally well with the exchanges. But when it comes to fighting someone like Errol Spence, he's too big, got too much tools, man. He's just gonna like overwhelm him, man. And I like Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I think Boxing Ego got rid of him, man.
That's fine. Boxing Ego and Dante, they came in swinging. Tag team.
Shout out to those two channels as well, man.
Listen though, but
no
frauds.
Name.
They're frauds though, man. Real shit, they frauds, man. They TMT employees, man.
But what about Diego Chavez? Like Errol Spence needs that kind of rough fighter. He had like the sane fighter.
That would be a sidestep, Enrique.
Yeah.
And no name. You haven't touched on HBO not taking the Pacquiao fight.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm a fan of Manuel Debadran Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? But like, to me, Pacquiao should never came back. But I feel him in terms of the money, getting $20 million. I'll come back too if I was someone on his level. I would prefer him to come back for either, Marquez or Mayweather. Well, I mean, listen, $20 million, you fight some kid like Vargas who's hungry, but he's not good enough, nowhere near good enough. I'll take it. But at the same time, I understand HBO too. They're not going to pay for that fight. I mean, I wouldn't either if I was HBO. I like Pacquiao.
All right, I know this is your no name and your first time, but
cut it.
Yeah, man, great call. And obviously you were picking Errol Spence because you're picking him versus everybody. But great call, man. I hope you keep calling back in. And peace on to everyone. Peace on to everyone, man.
Peace on earth.
Suleiman the Scholar, talk to us.
How you doing? Running? Good evening.
How you doing, Ness? No, I'm not running yet. I'm gonna wait after the show so I can do my road work because I don't want to be caught like last time I heard how it sounded. It didn't sound too good there.
Suleiman, I gotta ask you something totally off topic here. Well, I mean not off topic, but off topic of the whatever. The point is, are you going to this since you're in New York City and it's Coney Island? Sunday.
Say that again?
Are you going to the fight?
Are you going to the fight since it's in New York City? You know, this is Coney Island. It's like it's
because
early.
I work and it's too late to get the tickets right now.
No, you can get tickets outside walking in the place.
There's tickets available, but if you work, never mind. Talk to us. So can Earl Spence do better than Keith Thurman?
I'm working the weekend. If somebody got an extra ticket and wants me to go, I'll go. I'm cool like that, man. But the problem is I don't got an extra ticket right now.
Suleiman, I'm gonna buy you a ticket. They're like $30.
Hit you up on Twitter. Whoever wants Suleiman to go with him, hit him up on Twitter. Suleiman, can Spence do better than Keith Thurman here?
Okay, there's several variables we gotta talk about. Okay, we gotta talk about the history of both fighters. Okay, I studied both fighters. I like both fighters. Errol Spence is a hot boy right now, but he's fighting second tier fighters. He's fighting Class B fighters. Okay. Class B fighters, they don't have they're not gonna be like Floyd Mayweather defense. They're not gonna be as sharp. They're not have the combination and all that. That was noticed in the Chris Argyri fight, and also in the Chris Van Heerden fight. Okay, he fought two champions. Okay, he fought an IBO champion that won an IBF Intercontinental bout. Okay, he knocked him out, and then they put him with Chris Argyri. He knocked him out too, which was 5'11", got some good legs. Chris Argyri was being taught to be more aggressive. They put him with him. One thing that scares me about Errol Spence, when he hurts you, he telegraphs his punches way too much. Okay, so with Bondu, you can't do that because Bondu was the big boy in the European circuit. Okay, he was a European boxing champion. He knocked out Lee Purdy. Put him into retirement. Okay, knocked out Frankie Gavin, that had the guy that was promoting him looking like a moron in there. Okay,
he got a split decision versus Gavin.
His promoter was totally embarrassed. What? What happened?
It was a split decision, not a knockout versus Gavin.
He knocked him down, and then Gavin made it back up. Carry on, Suleiman.
He dropped him, made him look bad. Okay, I'm sorry about that. He didn't knock him up, but dropped him, made him look bad. Right? He was a European champion, so now he's taking a regional championship because the reason he didn't go to the world circuit and get a big blood promoter was because of his age. Okay, but the guy's a good fighter. He's not as sharp now. He's older. He's gonna probably take more punishment now. He's gonna be a little more flat-footed. But if Errol Spence comes in open when he hurts him and he catches him with a body shot like he caught Frankie Gavin or he caught Lee Purdy, okay, it could be a wrap and that could look bad. The kid's gotta be cautious, but I think the kid's gonna put him out maybe in the middle rounds, like you said, Ness. Okay. The kid is still growing. It's true. He could go to 154 and 160. Nobody wants to fight him in these divisions. The top dog with the best resume in the welterweight division now is Keith Thurman. Danny Garcia has the best resume on the come up because he came from 140. I don't think Kell Brook's coming down to 147 after he got that big. He's gonna probably stay on 160. And poor Jesse Vargas is the most avoided fighter I've seen in the welterweight division. Nobody wants to fight him. I don't even think Manny Pacquiao wants to fight him. Manny Pacquiao, the problem with him is he retired too many times, and he keeps coming back. He retired after this last fight. He retired after the Floyd Mayweather fight, and he keeps coming back. He wants a payday. Nobody wants to give him the money. I was him. I'll bite my tongue, take $10 million, go in there, fight one of these guys, and he's another one. His skills are eroding. He's gonna get knocked out. He's gonna look like Sugar Ray Leonard. He's gonna get put out in 5 rounds by one of these big boys like a Jesse Vargas, Errol Spence. When these guys are gonna catch him and lay him out like Juan Manuel Marquez, because his skills are eroding. He's still boxing for his payday. You guys have a great night, and I don't know why everybody's hating on Triple G, man. Let Triple G unify, be undefeated. Undisputed champion in that division, and that way he could make the paydays. How many belts he needs now? 2 more belts, and that's about it.
Suleiman, before you go, I'll ask you because I know you're a hardcore head. What do you think about the Jarrell Miller, Fred Cassie fight?
The Fred Cassie fight. Well, Fred Cassie, he could fight southpaw. Fred Cassie looks like a bodybuilder, like one of these guys that trains fighters in the gym, that lifts weights all day, and trains fighters like amateur circuit. But the guy could box. I mean, this guy tore him up with body shots and hit him with a big left hook, from a southpaw stance, Amir Mansour, and he made a comeback and looked great against Chris Arreola. So I can't sleep on that guy. He got the conditioning. He's a gym rat. You could see it by his body. So
have you seen much of Jarrell Miller?
I mean, well, you never know. He could surprise him, knock him out. I mean, I see he had 2 tough fights that I've seen him. One with Amir Mansour. I mean, Amir Mansour was spent and caught him and knocked him out. He recovered from that when practically beat Chris Arreola. So
okay,
the guy's a gym rat.
Cut it. Skirt.
He picked Spence though. He did, right?
Yes.
All right, just writing it down.
Larry, San Francisco.
What's going on, fellas? Big ups to the Boxing Voice. We had another show. Hey, I feel a little conflicted. Casual. I love it when you on, but I'm afraid when you on with these small time shows for these smaller fights, you're gonna lose that casual status. I might have to have you go on vacation until September 10th when the big fights come back. What you think about that?
If you pay for it, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Just pay for it. I got 2 kids, and we'll take the all-inclusive resort in like Spain or something like that. I'll be happy. You with it?
Are there even I don't think there are inclusive resorts in Spain.
Yeah, you got to go to like the Canary Islands and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah. Yo, Larry, tell him no way, Jose.
But Larry, I only know this fight because of 2 not hardcore, but 2 attractive in the ring fighters, Keith Thurman and Algieri versus Earl Spence. I just learned of Earl Spence, but apparently he's been around for 4 years trying to come up for a belt and hasn't had a title shot yet. That's just me reading today. Am I wrong? Right?
I got you. When it became no. I think he just came out the Olympics in 2012, so he ain't been around for too long. So a title shot should come up right about now.
So give me that angle.
If I'm paying for the trip, I guess you're gonna be around the next couple shows. But real quick, Ness. Hey, big ups to Ness for that steak. Big ups to Ness for that steak dinner inside information. I know while Spence was having that ribeye, you had a kale power salad and swordfish, but I did appreciate those tidbits coming out of there, and it was interesting to hear how he sees it as HBO is basically fattening up Ward to set him up for Kovalev. That makes sense somewhat from a marketing standpoint, but I hadn't really thought of that. So thanks for that inside information. I also want to lift up Heather Hardy. That was a good interview, but she said something that I even wrote down so I wouldn't forget it. She said, I use my social media very well. I take it upon myself to promote myself. And in my opinion, in this day and age, if you're not doing that, if you're not pulling a David Haye and even cats like Erislandy Lara and really hyping yourself and calling people out, you can't really say you won't fight. And you can't really say you're trying to get the big matchups. So big ups to her on that. That's all I got this week. Appreciate y'all as always, and I'll catch you next time.
But Larry, you going straight for Spence as a winner. Yeah.
Oh, come on now.
Spence, that's what I said. You going for Spence? Or you real hardcore, you going for Bundu?
No, Spence is young, hungry, and big, and he's fighting a dude who's 41 years old. So I see this as a fight to set Spence up for bigger and better things.
So it's a step up.
It's something. I don't know what to
so
it's a fight to make Spence look good.
So if he does not KO Bundu, is Thurman and Spence as equal as a fight, or one is still better than the other?
No, don't get me wrong. I think Spence is a real good fighter, but I don't see how anyone can have him over Keith Thurman right now. Thurman's just done more than Spence.
I'm saying it again. He's a bum.
In his own right.
That's what I think. I think Go.
Thurman's above Spence no matter what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I feel as well. That's what I was trying to explain to Nez when he's talking about the fight happening.
Me too. I feel that same way.
What?
That Spence win, no matter if it's by KO or by unanimous decision, that it doesn't put him above Thurman.
Hell no. That's not what that box even represents. It's asking, can he outdo his performance? Not catapult his ranking above Thurman for beating fucking Bundu. Can he beat Bundu better than Thurman beat Bundu?
Bundu's got a name for that body shot which dropped Frankie Gavin, something like the kidney chopper or something. Might have to be something to watch for. Even Suleiman raised it.
Spence got a name too. Man down.
That's what he got to step up after the post fight.
Man
down. Thurman, one time, man down.
No, you wasn't paying attention. The both of you were not around. The last caller had the perfect. He said what Spence should do after the win is say, everybody's talking about Gennady Golovkin is the most feared. I got welterweights rather jump in the ring with Golovkin than give me my title shot. Damn, now I wish I could have thought of that. That was
Now, Nate, you spoke to him. Is that within Spence's temperament to come out like that and talk like that? Whenever I've seen him speak, he's always been kind of meek and quiet.
No, it is.
Okay.
It is, but he'll never do it. It's gonna take a guy like me, I swear, or someone else to it'll come out.
Is he from Texas?
Yes.
I can't wait to meet Spence again.
Yo, listen, I got this. It's gonna be dark, right? Because I didn't even know my man was recording. See, that's why Enrique, he's so busy. One day, we would get big enough. Enrique would just record what we do, and he won't have to go do, cool, sexy stuff with Beyonce and Rihanna, which he probably would still do anyway, right?
Or Denny's and pancakes.
But the point is, I got an intimate moment that I'm going to put out, which the footage won't be that great because whatever. The point is, Spence and I were talking, and I'm like, yo, I need to get in that gym. And he's like, man, why you want to come to my gym? I'm like, because, you about to blow. I know it, you know it, everybody knows it. We need to get in there and, show the world who you are. And he's like, nah, I don't let people in my gym. I'm like, that is the point, my man. So anyway, we got to talking, and he eventually said, yeah. And that's when we're going to find out. Because I'm telling you, I've talked to him plenty of times off camera and, off the record. And he's, yo, dude, he watches YouTube. That's bomb right there. You know what I'm saying? So you already know.
When I saw him on the ESPN interview, on the last ESPN, he didn't. I mean, obviously, fighters do their talking in the ring. I understand that. But if we're looking at it from the perspective of you're saying, you want to hear him shout people out, call people out. When I watched him on that ESPN interview, he just seemed like a quiet guy that's not within him. So yeah, let's see if he does that.
But it takes the right questions, right? What happened when I said Brook was what?
That did. He turned his head like what?
So now today the same thing happened, right? There was an interviewer, like I said, shout out to Boxeo Cubano. He was interviewing, but he's bilingual and more on the Spanish side. So he's trying to interview with Spence, and that shit was like, yo, like I said, everyone laughed, and that's what I meant. You have to be able. Look, they gotta relate, man.
That's what you're there for, Nesta, man. That's why you go in there and do the thing, bro.
Yeah, but that's difficult, right? Because then I get them to open up in front of all these recording cameras, and TBV doesn't get to get exclusive.
Yeah, I hear you.
Us getting to the gyms is better. We rather be at the gym, we do our own thing, and let the leeches leech, and let the kings be kings. Let's get to the phone lines, man.
Button, people. Like button.
We got Jay Will from Columbus, Ohio. Part of that Ohio Legion, man. We got a lot of Ohio callers now, man. Jay Will, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you blowing up in Ohio, man. A lot of my funny thing. I had a couple. One dude in my barbershop said he heard me on the show and everything. And you know what, man? If you ever introduce me again without playing my intro, man,
yo, I might
top of myself, man.
I might have to put you on hold because we got our next guest. Oh, he is on. I'm sorry. Let me get back to you, Jay Will. I won't lose you. Let me see where is Monster P. Sorry, Mitch. I'm sorry. We got a lot of callers, but Mitch Abramson, ladies and gentlemen, from Ring TV, formerly of New York Daily News. Mitch, what's going on?
Hey, not much. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for giving us the time, man. We just wanted to pick your brain a little bit and get really your thoughts on this fight. We have a couple of, questions that we're asking all our callers, so I'm going to stick to that. Do you think, in your opinion, can Errol Spence outdo Keith Thurman with the performance, not ranking-wise, but can his performance be better than Thurman's performance versus Bundu?
Yeah, I mean, I think Spence is going to try to put on the show on Sunday like he did with Algieri back in April. I think Spence is more, he's got more of that killer instinct at this point in his career than Thurman does. Thurman is, we saw him against Porter. We've seen him recently. He's more of a boxer in his recent fights. And I think Spence is more of a predator. He's more of a guy who's trying to take you out. And I think with the fight against Algieri, I think his confidence has skyrocketed. His belief in his power has skyrocketed. And I think he's going to go out there on Sunday and try to knock out Bundu within 5 rounds. And in the process, outdo Thurman and outdo everyone else who's faced Bundu.
This is what I was going to ask you as well. Did you think that Bundu would be able to survive, or do you see Spence pushing? Because my concern was the more that Spence tries to look for the knockout, Bundu's the type that's going to go into his shell more. Do you see what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Bundu's he's a survivor. He's a tough guy. He's a very wily veteran. But I just think that at some point, Bundu's getting up there. What is he? Almost 40 years old. Spence is 26. At some point, the guys who are durable and can survive, they reach a point in their career where they can't survive anymore. And I could see Sunday being that moment for Bundu when he's facing a young, hungry lion, someone who's at his physical peak, and he can't, he's not going to be able to hang with Spence like he would, opponents from a couple years ago. So I really expect Spence to come in there and to be aggressive and to start fast and to see if Bundu can keep up. And I would, again, this is my guess, but I'm guessing that Bundu's going to have trouble keeping up with Spence in this fight.
Now, I just want to ask you another question if I can. It's kind of a little bit off topic from this Spence fight. But can I ask your opinion, because I read one of your articles, your opinion on WBC letting Povetkin fight again. Does this set a bad precedent, even to the point of them saying they're going to test Povetkin for a year afterwards? He's either guilty or not. I mean, is this setting a bad standard?
I was really surprised by the WBC's decision. I was surprised because, to make this guy, to allow him the chance to fight Stiverne for this interim championship right after he tested positive for a banned substance, to me that seemed like, that was giving. I mean, look, they chose not to suspend him, which okay, fine, I could kind of understand because the levels of meldonium in his drug test were so low, and it's not conclusive that he took the drug after January 1st when it was put on the ban list. So I can kind of understand that, but then to give him a title shot, what's basically a title eliminator to be able to face Deontay Wilder at some point next year. I thought that was going a little bit overboard. I thought that was giving Povetkin a little bit, too much too soon. I would like the WBC to have, made him just face some other guys, made him get into the back of the line in terms of the top 10 and just face some guys and to build his way up. Instead, they're letting him fight Stiverne, who doesn't deserve this shot either. I mean, Stiverne hasn't fought in a while. He hasn't beaten anybody, right? I mean, since he fought Wilder, right? So, I mean, why is he getting this shot? So the whole thing to me is a little bit puzzling. It's a little bit bizarre. Again, I can kind of understand why they didn't suspend him based on the evidence, but to allow him to get this interim title shot, and then which will lead to, if he wins, lead to a title shot against Deontay Wilder probably next year. I don't agree with that. I thought that was a little bit too much.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, Nez?
Casual, you got nothing? All right. Well, Mitch, I wanted to ask, since you have such a good relationship with Bob Arum, or at least your last article was great, right? what's going on with Manny Pacquiao? What exactly does that mean? Because I'm pitching the narrative here that if HBO passes on this fight with Jesse, which Bob already said that they have, that this somehow null and voids his contract and he's a free agent. Am I right or am I wrong here?
Well, I think that with Bob Arum, Bob says a lot of things, and I think he believes them at the time. But him saying that there's definitely not going to be an HBO pay-per-view. Again, when he told me that a couple days ago, I believe him. But I could also believe that in a couple weeks, him and HBO could work out something. So just from talking to people in the industry and talking to people, who are involved in that fight, it's not totally out of the question that the fight could end up on HBO pay-per-view. So I wouldn't be surprised if come November 5th, the fight is on HBO pay-per-view after all these statements that Arum has said. I also wouldn't be surprised if somehow we got it on ESPN in a pay-per-view platform, or we got it on, he was talking about Turner or even Showtime, which I think would be amazing if Pacquiao fights Vargas on Showtime, and just the possibilities and for him to be fighting on Showtime in the future are definitely pretty intriguing. But again, I think Bob does a lot of things. He has reasons for saying things. Sometimes I think he says things to gain leverage in certain negotiating situations, and so it's possible that this could be another. Some of the stuff he's saying is to gain leverage over HBO and to again, the whole thing for him is just trying to get money out of HBO for his fights. So maybe it's possible this is another tactic in that direction. Again, he's saying all these things now. It's still summertime. The fight's several months away, so I could see a lot of things changing before then.
Well, I had the follow-up, which was going to be, did you think it was just like a, negotiation tactic or a ploy to get, basically like threatening HBO, like I'm going to go over there, but, you answered that. Wingy, I know you have something?
Well, yeah, because then,
I'm sorry.
Because then the whole thing, the whole thing, the whole thing is just obviously with the rematch with Mayweather, right? That's the whole. That's what everyone kind of thinks what this is all leading to,
Exactly.
for him and Mayweather to fight a rematch next year. And then if HBO passes on this, then that fight could go over to Showtime, which I think HBO wouldn't want to have. So,
but Mitch, that's what I'm selling to my listeners. Wouldn't this be the opportunity that Al Heyman is waiting for? Isn't this the time to swoop in and have Espinoza sign Manny to like a 3-fight deal? They did it with Joshua. Why not with Pacquiao? And then push that pay-per-view on free TV. Put it on CBS Showtime and give us our money back for that $100 last year.
Well, I don't think it'll be on free TV because of all the pay-per-view opportunities. I would like it to be on free TV. When there were rumors back last year that the fight was going to be on CBS, I was like, wow, that'd be pretty awesome. But no, I'm sorry. They were talking about Mayweather-Berto being on free TV, but I just think that with Pacquiao and Mayweather, there's just so much money to be made on pay-per-view. And even if it doesn't make, $4 million in buys on pay-per-view, whatever it was, even if it makes half that, that's still more than anyone else could do in this business. So a lot of money to be made.
Okay, I just got one very quick question. Tell me the situation. You're in the know, Mitch. Tell me the situation with PBC. Do they have no more money? Is it done? Are they bleeding out? Or are things not as bad as we're led to believe? You'll know.
But I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't hear what you asked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just saying, what's the situation with PBC? We're here, they're hemorrhaging money. Things aren't looking good. I just want to know from somebody who's a sports writer in your position, how bad is the PBC situation, or are things not that bad?
Well, they're obviously cutting back on certain things, right? They're cutting back on their production values. They're cutting back on, from what I'm hearing, they're cutting back on like travel expenses in terms of like flying in opponents. Sometimes if they have a fight in a certain locale, they'll try to use fighters who are from there to save money on flying people in. So they're definitely cutting back, but at the same time, they keep announcing dates. So when they stop announcing dates, that's when I think we'll know that they're really, really in trouble. There are all these rumors that next year there's they're going to be cutting back completely, and that PBC is going to be extinct by the end of the year. I mean, again, when they stop scheduling, because there's all these rumors. Everyone is saying, well, you know, I mean, you know, there's going to be limited dates, but every other week they're announcing dates. So again, until they stop doing that, then, you know, to me, they're still alive. But they're definitely, you know, definitely saving money and definitely cutting back a lot. I mean, that's obvious by some of the fights, obvious by the production that's being done on site, that they're trying to save money.
Thank you. That's good. I just wanted your perspective. Thank you.
Mitch, what is your opinion of PBC? I mean, can it save boxing? Is it a good thing for boxing, or has it just been another thorn in boxing?
Well, when they first introduced it, there was just so much expectation about it changing boxing and bringing it back to the networks and bringing it back to that golden age of TV when, you know, when boxing was free and there were all these great fights. I mean, obviously, there are still great fights. There are still really good fights from time to time. You know, where Thurman Porter is a good example. But obviously, there haven't been enough of those matchups. And it's a shame because Al Heyman has so many great fighters under contract. We hope that he matches them up, but he's known as a guy that loves his fighters and wants them to make as much money as possible, and so therefore he doesn't want to always put them in the toughest matchups because he wants to preserve their records and he wants to compensate them and you know, I mean, I could respect that, but you just wish that he would match them tougher. I mean, he's got so many great fighters out there. So I think in that respect, that's hurt the TBC because you don't have the matchups that you would like, and that's why you see on ESPN and you see so many shows where the main events, the co-featured are just matchups that people, you know, mainstream fans wouldn't really have much interest in, and even the hardcore fans, you know, they're watching it and you know, and they're wishing that there were better matchups. So I think that's the problem when you have the hardcore fans who are criticizing the matchups, and you know something, you know, has to improve. But look, I mean, at the same time, I mean, I think there's people who have been overly critical of PBC and maybe taking a stance against it that's a little irrational. I mean, I think free boxing is good. You know, I mean, look, when you can see Porter and Thurman on free TV as opposed to Showtime and allow people to get it for free, I think that's a positive. And yet there are people out there who are criticizing it just because of the fact that it's PBC entertainment and that they have a you know, like a certain grudge against that faction of boxing. So again, it is free boxing. And so
Why do you think they have that grudge, Mitch?
I know. What's that?
Why do you think they have that grudge against Heyman and the PBC faction of boxing, as you just said?
Well, because there's a lot of instances where they're making it hard for other promoters to exist in the industry. I mean, they've taken away TV dates from a lot of other promoters. So there's a lot of anger and frustration on their side, and that's why the promoters, and they have a right to be upset because they have this one single guy in Heyman who's basically taken over the airwaves at their expense. So obviously they're going to be upset. And I think there's a lot of, you know, those promoters have a lot of influence over writers, and so they're going to vent to the writers, and the writers are going to basically articulate what those promoters are saying. But I think it's a little bit over the top, you know. But again, I can understand their frustration at the same time.
So Mitch, you write for The Ring, right?
Lead writer.
I do.
So what's going on with this ringtv.com? Because, I mean, you got guys like, man, who's this guy that just fought? I can't even know. But they're not doing well on the numbers over there. What's going on with that and trying to get that platform, I guess, more visible? Because, I mean, we're hardcores, but ringtv.com is kind of like tough. Are they not looking for television outlets?
Well, I think it's still getting off the ground. I think it's still relatively new, and so they're basically trying to, you know, find their way and just find what the best format is. And and just try to. I mean, as far as I know, I mean, I began in January writing for them, but I think the ringtv.com and the streaming of their fights is just still pretty much in its infancy, and so it's still getting off the ground. So I can understand. I mean, I have friends who will ask me, like, you know, where can I get the portal to watch it? Where can I get the website? Because they don't know where to find it. I think that they're still trying to work out the kinks, but it's new. I mean, like, whenever you have a new venture, I mean, it's not going to, you know, come out of the womb full throttle. It'll take some time to develop. So that's kind of my take on it. I mean, I haven't done anything in terms of, you know, those shows and stuff. But you know, that's just my take from afar.
Oh, that's so you don't have to even cover those shows. Like, you get to write whatever you want.
Well, yeah. I mean, if there's something going on, I guess that's in my coverage area, then I'll do stuff. But I mean, look, I mean, like, Doug Fisher is doing commentary for those shows, and they're on the West Coast. I mean, those are, and they're also, I mean,
they're based
they're
West
like
Coast,
shows,
yeah.
more or less. What's that?
Yeah, they're usually based in the West too. Those fights.
Yeah, I mean, they're in LA a lot, and they're club shows, and I mean, again, I mean, they're profiling, you know, some talented guys. So I don't want to, like, you know, say anything that would be critical, but I mean, you know, I think for the most part they're club shows, and so, but I think it's a good thing. I mean, it's I mean, you want that type of grassroots exposure, and you want to be able to see prospects and, like, the next, you know, guys who are, you know, going to be evolving into contenders. And so, I mean, again, you know, my take is always, when it, you know, and going back to the PBC and you know, the streaming. I mean, it's just, the more boxing, the better. And, you know, I mean, if you can, you know, you can watch it for free on the streaming app. You can, you know, watch PBC for free. I mean, I know that these matchups aren't always the best, but again, it's if you're a boxing fan, and, you know, it's, you know, the more boxing, the better.
Mitch, last question before we let you go. We're posing this to all our listeners and viewers. Spence versus who? Who actually takes the Spence challenge next? Because I find it difficult to see 176-pound Kell Brook, who is facing Gennady Golovkin, being able to make that weight and defend that 147-pound title, especially right after losing to Golovkin, if all things go according to plan. So I see Spence in a vacant fight, but with who?
Yeah, that's a big question. I was talking to Spence today, and, like, his theory, I mean, he has it all thought out about how it's all going to unfold with Kell Brook. He thinks that Golovkin's going to knock out Kell Brook. It's going to be such a vicious knockout that Brook's not going to be ready in time to face Errol Spence or face the winner of Bondu and Spence on Sunday, and therefore he's going to have to either be stripped or have to vacate the title, in which point then it'll be Spence and someone else for that belt. So Spence has it all thought out in his mind how it's going to go down.
That's the problem, though,
fight
Mitch.
Brook. I mean, I think he would.
That's the problem.
What's
In that division, in that sanctioning body, there are no sexy names, nothing. So, like, a vacant title shot with Spence versus who? Only if Lamont Peterson accepts the challenge, which, according to Lou, he already, you know, said no.
Right.
I mean, maybe he'd say yeah for a vacant title, though. Maybe, you know, with a title on the line, you'd probably take that fight. It's worth the risk, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think with Spence, you have to look ahead a little bit. You have to look, because I think for the title, he's not going to probably face, like, a top-notch guy. So I think you have to look ahead with him. You have to assume that if Brook does vacate the title, eventually Spence is going to win it. And then you would hope that in 2017 he would, you know, get some of these unification fights with some of the other champions that, from what I understand and from what I hear, you know, people involved with Heyman and these PBC fighters, they're thinking about some kind of a format where they could all face each other in 2017. So you would hope that would come off the ground and that they would be able to make these big fights and these big unification fights. And so I think with Spence, you have to kind of look ahead a little bit. Tested too much this year, and even in his title fight, if Brook does vacate. But look, if Brook happens to keep the title and he somehow is able to, you know, lose the 30 pounds to get back down to welterweight, well, you know, again, middleweight, but we're assuming that he'll balloon back up to like 180, whatever he was before. But if he can lose the weight and get back down to welterweight, and that's a great fight. I mean, Brook against Spence, if Spence wins on Sunday, like we're assuming he will do, that's a great fight. You know, I mean, you can't ask for a better matchup than that.
Well, Mitch, give everyone your social media.
Cut it.
Sorry,
If
Mitch.
they haven't been
Oh,
following
I'm
you,
at,
they can follow you.
13 on Twitter, so anybody who wants to follow, I appreciate it.
All right, Mitch. Well, thank you very much. And the reason I brought up Lamont is because, obviously, if it's a vacant IBF title shot, Lamont is ranked number 5. And, I mean, you know, the guy from Top Rank, Paul Namara, they've already rejected. Like, everyone's rejected it. So I think that Lamont, being the highest ranked PBC fighter for a title shot, he should take it, unless he's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. To be honest, I've kind of lost touch with like Lamont's people and like what they're. He's looking for an opportunity to get back into the ring, so hopefully this would be the one.
Yeah. Well, Mitch, thanks again, man. It's always a pleasure, and we hope to get you back on soon. Thank you again, Monster Peace. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we have now Heather the Heath Hardy's opponent contacted us. You know, word gets around. She heard what was said, and she wants a shot. Now, obviously, TBV family we're not prepared, but we're gonna do our best.
Virtual face off.
Give her, like everyone else, you know, a platform to voice her opinion. Monster Beast, what's up? Monster Beast? No? Okay. Well, let me see here. We got about 5 minutes before we get Shelly Vincent on. So we're going to get to some lucky callers here by the name of Jay Wills.
Well, what up?
What up, brother?
Nothing much, slow motion, man. On to these topics real quick, man. With the Bondu Errol Spence, man, I think my man Errol Spence, he, at the best, he may get a late stoppage. I don't think he's going to knock out Bondu. I think Bondu is too much of a wily veteran to go in there to really try to go heads up with Errol Spence. So I think he's going to probably get into survival mode about 4th, 5th round. And I think he's going to do whatever he needs to do not to get knocked out. But he might get stopped I think the ref may stop it a little early because I think Errol going to be pounding on him pretty much the whole fight. In regards to Pacquiao, the Pacquiao situation, man, again, another jewel dropped by TPV. The first time I heard this information was this source. So, man, I'm just glad that HBO is finally kind of doing the shit I've been asking us TBV fans is not supporting this whack-ass bullshit. You know, making these promoters give us good fights by not watching these bullshit-ass fights. And I think HBO, if the rumor is true, I think HBO is starting that initiative by saying, you know, we're not going to just be throwing money away on these bullshit-ass fights. And they probably pissed because they lost a lot of money on these previous pay-per-views. I think you guys been talking or be speaking on this whole Triple G and Kell Brook, and I listened to the show with the Gamboa Cotto, and then you guys started bringing up Canelo and his resume and all that. I just want to touch on that real quick. Real quick, man. You got somebody asked, what is Danny Jacobs worth earlier? I don't know if it was the Fight Doctor Boxing dude, who it was, but it's like that. You got to ask that shit in reverse. Because last time I checked, Triple G was the only person saying, I want to unify this division. I'm not going anywhere until I unify this division. Well, if unify this division is so damn important, how much is that belt worth to you, Triple G? You can't just say, I want to give this man $500,000 or just $1 million for this belt. That belt is more important to you than pretty much anybody else in that division because you're the one who want to fucking unify. So you're going to have to drop that money.
Jay Will, but
whoa.
Daniel Jacobs is regular, so Gennady already has that belt. Gennady's the super WBA. Daniel is the regular WBA. You know, but they are going to eliminate all those titles, WBA are. They're going to start making these. They're going to make. Listen, Gennady's going to have. This is what I'm saying. Even Jacobs and Gennady, they're both going to have to smarten up because pretty soon these champions will be facing each other to eliminate those many belts. That shit is no longer happening no more with the WBA. But right now,
true.
Right now, he is the regular. There is an interim, and there also is a super WBA.
All right. Me personally, I just feel as if you want to dominate a division, at some point in time, sometimes you're going to have to give somebody a little bit more of the pie. And you can't just really be lowballing other champions. That's just how I feel, if you want to be the dog at a certain weight class. And then, too, I think you said something that was kind of funny to me, man, on that Cotto Gamboa show. You said something like, you compare Canelo versus Khan versus what, Marquez and Mayweather? I guess my only question to that is, when has Amir Khan been number 2 on the pound-for-pound list? If you can make those two comparable. I understand the size difference and all that, but one guy was way more highly touted than the other guy as far as the two challenges. There's no way you can put Amir Khan on the same level as a challenger as a Marquez. So I just kind of think that's just really not like apples and oranges. But at the end of the day, I think these 3 fights we get, man, Canelo, Khan, Triple G, Kell Brook, and possibly Cotto Gamboa. I mean, it's just getting old real quick, man. These big guys follow smaller guys, and I just think I don't want nobody gets fucked up too bad, but I hope somebody gets really hurt to a certain degree so everybody realize they got to respect these damn weight classes. But that's it. That's my call.
All right, J. Will, thank you for calling in. We're going to head back to Monsterpiece. She's on overtime today. She's happened to locate Shelly Vincent. And Shelly, are you there with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
How you doing? How you doing? Listen, I'm glad that you're able to call in and basically give us your side of the story, right? Because my co-host Daniel asked Heather Hardy, where did the beef originate from? And she says she doesn't even have a beef with you. Basically, that you are the one that has been the bully.
They've been talking about my mother. They've been talking about the kids, everything. So, I mean, when it all started, it was I wanted to fight her. I thought I could beat her. They said no for 4 years, and now it's here. So I'm actually done talking. I'm just here to beat her fucking ass.
So, Shelly, I asked who had the better resume. She feels she's fought the better fighters. Is that any truth to that? Is there any truth to that?
No way. I mean, like me and her both fought Jackie Trivolino. You seen her face. You seen my face. I got a unanimous decision over Jackie. Jackie actually beat her. Christina Ruiz, I don't think she would beat Christina Ruiz either. I'm trying to think who else she fought. I mean, she stopped Renata. I got the UD over Renata, but I think that fight was stopped because Renata had to have surgery on her knees. I think that's why Hardy stopped. I didn't see that fight though. But I think I definitely fought the tougher opposition. But I mean, it really don't matter who we fought because styles make fighting. When we get in there, that's all that's gonna matter is me and her being in front of each other.
Yeah, Shelly, I've got a question for you. Heather, I mean, when I asked Heather her style, she said she's come forward, throws a lot of punches. In your opinion, what's your type of style and how will it blend for the fans watching?
Well, I'm a pressure fighter and I throw a lot of punches. I know she does come forward, but she also uses her legs a lot too. So I don't think she's gonna stay coming forward at me. I think she's gonna get on the bike.
Cool. Okay. Cool. Nez.
My style is come forward, pressure, forward, pressure. You know, I take the angles and everything, but yeah, my thing is just come forward and lots of punches.
Now, your honest opinion, with women's boxing being so scarce, right? And you being locally a draw, she being locally a draw, you're both in the tri-state area. Why would Heather Hardy really be ducking you? What does she know about you that we don't?
She knows I'm gonna beat her ass. She knows that she can't deal with me. She never seen nobody like me. She applies pressure, but she ain't had nobody that applied that pressure back. And they said no for 4 years. I called her out for 4 years. It was an easy, you know what I'm saying? It was an easy fight to make. She was undefeated. I was undefeated. It was Boston and New York. Why fly somebody in when the fight's right there? She sold a lot of tickets. I sold a lot of tickets. I mean, I'm glad that it happened the way that it did because, I mean, this is great for women's boxing. Never mind me and Heather. It doesn't matter who wins. The win is for women's boxing for this fight. You know, we're finally getting some television. It's going to give little girls hope and everything. But, you know, why do you think they said no? I have a video of saying, well, something, trying to make the fight when she did get Trivolino. And they said, because that's our ticket seller. And something. I have the whole thing on tape. My manager at the time went into the office, Star Boxing, and they said, no, the tickets are protected. That's exactly what the video said. They don't want to fight me. They know I'm a danger. Do I think I get robbed out there with a decision? Absolutely. So it's not going to go to a decision.
But how does it not go to decision if you're not necessarily a knockout puncher? Or considered a knockout
She's going to be
puncher?
real surprised at how much power I possess. She's going to be real surprised how much power I possess. And like I said, it's personal. And if she doesn't like me, I don't like her. I'm not going to sit here and lie about it. You know, it's personal. And I'm telling you, just watch. Don't blink.
Shelly, Enrique right here, casual fan. I don't watch women boxing, but right now it sounds like there's bad blood. One saying there's no beef, there's no disrespect. You talk about her clothing, she talking about your family.
Oh,
you're right.
Ben says she don't like me, she hates me, and people post all the stuff that she says about me and all this stuff. So, like, I'm gonna be real. Yeah, we don't like each other. She just said in the next interview right before y'all that she doesn't. You know, so whatever.
Well, my thing is this, right? Because I really don't watch women boxing. I don't really watch women boxing unless I'm there live and it happens to happen in front of me. Nesta said you don't possess the KO record. She has 3 more KOs than you. Do you expect her to come in and try to knock you out? And do you have answers for that? Because the difference, that's how I'm judging this fight.
Tell anybody. She's overwhelmed people. She has stoppages from varies of punches. She hasn't actually knocked anybody out. She didn't put nobody to sleep.
So are you expecting her to come in with various punches? Because I see you bobbing and weaving a lot. And do you think she's going for that distance?
Shut that off for a second because I can't hear. Could you say that again because the clip is in my ear?
I'm watching your fight right now on YouTube.
That's what I heard.
I'm watching your fight right now on YouTube, Christina Ruiz, you against her. And you're doing a lot of moving and you look good. You're boxing, right? Do you expect her to come in and try to finish you? And what do you have for her?
I mean,
what's your expectations from her?
Her style is, I mean, she fights both ways. She comes in, she throws a lot of, she overwhelms people. She throws a lot of punches. I throw a lot of punches too. So, I mean, I think she's gonna start to come forward, and then when she does realize how strong I am, she's gonna get on the bike. That's my opinion. I mean, I hope she does come forward. That would be the dumbest thing she could do.
Hey, I'm looking forward to this fight. It's the first girl fight that I'm ever gonna go watch, and I hope the best for both of you.
Shelly, so Nestor here back. So obviously to the naked eye, you look like the more badass. I mean, is that gonna be the case?
I mean, hold on now. Listen, hold on. You guys seen Heather fight, right?
I have seen her. I've seen her fight a
YouTube?
lot. I've seen her fight a lot. A lot.
Oh, you have seen me fight? Oh, Heather, right?
Heather, yeah, I've seen Heather fight a lot.
I mean, you guys just see me. I mean, what do you think? What do you think?
I have not seen you.
I can fight. I can fight. I thought you guys were just watching me on the YouTube.
I'm watching you on YouTube.
Enrique is, yes.
You look rough. You look tough. I've seen her fight recently on the Thurman Porter undercard.
Yeah, I've been watching Heather for years.
Yeah. Now, you guys are all gonna be shocked and you're all gonna be impressed, and everybody's sleeping on me. Everybody about to wake up.
I've just got a question relating to that, Shelley. What's the best fight of yours that fans can go and check to get them hyped for this weekend, and that best defines your style?
Perfect question. What fight do you recommend us to watch?
Tribolino. Watch the Tribolino fight. Watch the Ruiz fight. The Ruiz fight, my pace was a little bit slower, but those was both great fights, and it shows my style. I mean,
okay.
On YouTube, you can see anything. Most of them. I don't hide nothing. I don't keep nothing from the public.
Love it. I love it. Listen, Shelly, thank you for giving us an opportunity, obviously, and for coming on, voicing your, your opinion here on the Boxing Voice. We appreciate it. Give out your social media if you have any, so any of our listeners that are listening that want to follow you and definitely, support you in your tickets for this fight, do that at this time.
All right, thank you, my man. On Facebook, I'm under Shelly Vincent, and I got a Shalito Vincent, and I also have another Shalito Vincent because they're all filled. So any of those you can get in Shalito's Vincent, and then on Instagram and Twitter, I go on the @Shalito's Way.
Well, thank you very much. And Monster, do you want to get your call in now?
Thank you, Shelly. Thank you, Shelly, so much.
Thank you guys for talking to me.
This is really
I'm
awesome.
not come out that way.
I can't wait to see you. You're a badass girl. Can't wait to see you.
Thank you.
Good night.
All right, good night. I'll see you out there.
All right. Bye. Ness. Hello, Ness?
I'm a motherfucking monster.
You on OT tonight, baby.
You should have gave Shelly Vincent and Heather the Heath Hardy that intro right there. Two monsters tomorrow night. I love it. I like these girls' confidence. They're really selling the fight. It's exciting. I really can't wait to see the first female boxing match on PBC history. That's like amazing to me. I'm hype about it. I don't care about what anybody else thinks. I think it's going to be awesome, so I can't wait to watch it.
Well, all right. Stop being a little fangirl, and after that, you should at least hit our topics. Like she just said, yeah, I love it, and then I said she went dark. You ready to get off? She don't even want to talk to us no more. Forget Errol Spence, huh? Forget Errol Spence now.
She a girl, man. She watching that girl fight stuff.
Not forget Errol Spence. I'm gonna get to that, but I just wanted to give my 2 cents.
I don't know. Hey, Wingy,
obviously.
How did it sound to you? Didn't it sound like she was completely done, right?
Yeah, it did.
It
She was
did sound
ready.
like
She was ready
signing
to
off.
dip. She was ready to dip.
Yeah, she was ready to do the dip.
Ness, they saying that you look like Bundu.
Let me get
Bundu, little Ness.
Can I get my 50 cents on? Can I put in my 50 cents on the already known Errol Spence and the already known Bundu? Thank you very much.
Damn, taking shots off of women's boxing. Yo, Errol Spence and Bundu got them girls on that stage. Don't forget it.
That's true. That is true. Big up to them. Okay, Errol Spence versus Bundu. Is this a great fight? Is this like Errol Spence's best opponent? No, it's not. It's not a great fight, and it's not the best opponent for Errol Spence. However, Errol Spence, who else could he have fought besides Bundu right now that could potentially get him a shot at Thurman? He's not going to fight Porter. We're not going to put him in there with Porter. Obviously, Porter already fought. Danny Garcia was not going to fight him. Thurman hasn't even fought Danny Garcia. I look at this fight I look at the fights that Spence have had, and I see that there's not much of a competition, and at the same time, he's lacking momentum in a great fighter. And what I mean by that is not that he's not impressive. He was impressive in Algieri's fight, and he most likely will be very impressive in this Bundu fight. But what I'm talking about is he needs an opponent that would give him that momentum, kind of like what Crawford had with Polster. Everybody was calling, everybody was saying Crawford needed to fight Polster, but Polster also kind of had a history. A lot of people were saying that Danny Garcia does it, and that's why Danny Garcia moved up. And also, Polster had a great momentum with Matisse as well. So that was a great fight for Crawford to kind of, elevate to the next level, or kind of, but put him kind of in that spot. And I think Spence is lacking that partner. I don't know, to be honest with you. I love TBV because I learned a lot from you guys, so maybe you guys could tell me who could that partner be. But right now, I don't think it's Bundu, and I really don't think it's Algieri, to be quite honest with you. So this fight tomorrow night, I'm pretty sure it's going to end in a stoppage.
Sunday night.
Because if he could do, Sunday night, it's going to end in a stoppage. I'm pretty sure it will. But to be quite honest with you, Algieri and Bundu are not a momentum fight for Spence, and Spence needs something like that. He needs something that Thurman either was afraid to fight, or maybe something like, oh, this guy had a great fight against somebody that gave so-and-so problems. He really needs that kind of partner, and I really can't think at the top of my head who could that be. Maybe you guys could tell me, who do you think that partner should be, or do you think that Bundu or is that moment?
Masterpiece. I was thinking Bundu is fair. I was thinking Rod Saka is fair. I was thinking Manny Pacquiao. I was thinking Diego Chavez. Yeah, I don't know.
I want to see the Felix Diaz fight. That's the fight I want.
Yeah, but Diaz, if he beats Diaz, we're gonna say Diaz was small, man. Coming up.
Bundu is fair, I think. Bundu is fair. Bundu is 100% fair. He's durable. He has no KOs. He only has one loss.
Bundu, we gotta understand this. Bundu is only in between. The next fight is the fight. It's up to Kell Brook not to duck Errol Spence now. That's the bottom line here.
Yeah.
If Kell Brook beats Gennady Golovkin, well then amen to that. And Kell Brook go on to be great. You're obviously great. And stay at 160, continue to be great. Errol Spence fight vacant. If you lose, man, come get this ass whooping we got waiting for you.
Right.
Listen, I'm not.
I don't know. Spence. I don't want Spence to continue fighting gatekeepers. Like, I feel like after the Algieri fight, we should have a much better fighter than Bundu. That was my opinion. That's in my opinion. That's what I think. I think he should have gotten a better fighter than Bundu because he already fought Algieri, who fought Manny Pacquiao, guys that beat. You know what I mean? Had quite a competitive fight against Provodnikov. So he needed something. He needed something better, not another gatekeeper or gatekeeper-like fighter. I mean, it's like he shouldn't be. He needs some momentum. He needs to fight.
Who's that then? Who's that?
Yeah, but in the interim, there isn't anyone there, and he doesn't represent the amount of money to generate a Porter, a Thurman, a Danny, a Berto. No one's getting in with this kid unless they're getting paid for that. Listen, Monster, it is 15 minutes to 10.
All right.
We're going to turn the gasoline on. I want everybody to know.
Good night, guys.
That
30-second drive-by.
Yeah, we're going to drive-by. And do not be mad because Monster worked overtime to get you these guests. And we're going to continue to step up the level of guests. But we're not going to go to a normal drive-by. We're going to do 1 minute.
But before you do that, if people enjoyed the big fight, the Heather Hardy fight, which has got some people in the chat saying, damn, I'm going to watch this fight now. We got Shelly as well as a Ring Magazine lead writer. Hit the like button.
Oh, we just want 1,000 likes per show. That's all.
That's all.
Yeah.
And Bundu, give Bundu the credit. Don't think that Spence is fighting somebody who is in there taking a dive, getting knees. No, he's in there guarding punches and swinging back.
No, and watch out for my interview. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? No.
And if you think Bundu looks like Lil Ness, thumbs up. Real simple.
Yeah, and I'm going to try and get to them interviews because Bundu gave me a really solid interview. You know what I mean? And it would be important to get it out there before he gets his ass whooped in case anybody wants to follow him and shit like that. But And you get to see his family. He's like, yo, I'm not here to lay down. Like, look, my family there. And, he's got a nice family. And, let's see.
I'm giving Bundu all the credit in the world. I just think Spence has the most skills. But I don't think Bundu is a step aside. It is a step up. I don't see it going by KO. I'm giving it right now that Bundu is not going in there to survive. He's going in there to fight. And I think he's tougher than Algieri.
And Nez, I'm going to let that pass when you said it's time for Kell Brook to step up after the Golovkin fight and get this ass whooping. I'm going to let that pass. Don't let me finish. Just so we can let the callers get their calls in. All right? Because we'll go on forever with this, brother. You know we will.
60 seconds, callers. Next caller.
Cut it. All right. Prince from New York.
What's going on, guys? Man, you guys had a ton of guests on tonight, but let me get into the call. Bundu's a solid competitor. He's very, very aggressive. So I actually think we're going to see a different Spence.
Congratulations, Flavius.
Nah.
My fault. No, that was a mistake. That meant to be a coin, Chris. I'm sorry. I meant to give you a coin, bro.
What?
I meant to give you a coin.
Casual.
Go ahead. You on a time limit. Let me not eat you up. Go.
Casual, play that back on yourself, all right? Thank you. But continue my call. Yeah, we're gonna see a different kind of experience. He's gonna box a little bit. He's gonna take it easy, patient, and then he's gonna go on for the kill in the later rounds, probably like 8 or 9. So I believe he's gonna do his thing. The hell are you showing up there? All right. Well, that's my call. This drive-by should be killing me later.
Good call. Good call.
Oh yeah, you're right. It did. Yo, he must be watching it on YouTube too, and he's like, yo, what you showing up there? So that he must have seen the phone. No,
I didn't mean to give him the congratulations. You played yourself. I meant to give you the coin.
Yo, fam, let me tell you what you ain't mean to do. You ain't mean to cut him off and take like 10 seconds off his call either.
My fault. Move on. Next caller.
Bueller.
Right. Yo, Georgie Porgy trying to get in on a bat phone instead of waiting in line over here.
Pick up the phone for Wood, Ness.
Wood. Let me see where Wood. Yo, it's. You guys think? Oh, actually, Wood is only one caller away.
Okay, there we go.
Alex Lendon in the chat is actually before him. What's going on, Alex?
What's going on, Boxer Voice? Ness, Casual, Wangy.
What up?
What's up, man? Hey, I seen that Kell Brook picture real quick, that 30-day weigh-in. Now I know why Wingy says chocolate brownies, man.
He looked lean. You have to admit, he looked lean. He looked lean.
He did. I'm not talking too much shit about him. He looking all right. Hey, I want to get on that Spence and Bundu, but I got something for you. Hopefully you guys can hear it. It's murder, man. Spence or murder is Bundu.
Yo, I love it.
Hey, man, I gotta get my own little sound bites of this motherfucker. So, get into the call, man. Check it out. This is definitely a sidestep, or I'm thinking of it of a setup, because this is a necessary waste of time. Keep busy fight. You're getting Spence. He gonna win by KO 5th round. Put me down there, Casual. But who I want to see next is what I want to fight. You got Khan, Diego Chavez. These are action-packed fights. That's what I want to see. And then those are hyped-up fights, too, because if Spence wins one of those, then now we're talking about Thurman. Because, I just don't see how he could just jump in there with Thurman after. Thurman just fought. He fought Guerrero, Porter. Spence fought.
Bueller.
Hey.
He's sick.
He had dropped some great names, Lemon. Good names.
All right. No, and he's making his calls better and better. Winky was right about him being, deserving whatever it is that you want to give him, whether that's an intro or some sort of award, because this time he's bringing his own sound bites, man. That's fucking hot. Alex, it would work better if you did it from Skype. So all those guys that want to actually get nice, if you hook up to Skype, then you can have system sound. So you could really bring some dope, sound bites if you want to go the extra mile. I want to give a little list. We're going to keep that minute drive-by, but so no one gets uptight, right? Because Georgie's calling in on the bat line. He's still over here on the normal line. He's getting desperate. But look, there's an order. There's an order, right? And I always follow it. So stop saying that Ness is cheating everybody. No. Wood, you're next.
Yes.
So get off of speakerphone. Get away from your computers and televisions and all that.
It's Baltimore.
We're going to Baltimore. Georgie, you are after Wood. QB is in the house. QB, don't go away. We haven't heard from you in a long time. Big Jones from Texas.
I don't think QB has met Winky live on the air.
I think it's even Jersey 7 a check-in.
Whoa.
We got Killer Cam.
Alumni, man.
So many callers that aren't even labeled yet because, listen, there's a lot of you. We're going to do some overtime, all right? I'm going to stick around. Wingy, you could cut out. I know what time it is. Enrique, I know you work. I'm gonna stick out here with these guys, but we do a minute drive-bys. So take it or leave it. We going to Wood. So let's go to this here, right? You know, we got to give Wood what he deserves here.
It's Baltimore, gentlemen. The gods will not save you.
Skirt. Baltimore.
Yo.
Yo, what up, Wood?
What's up, Wood?
Yo, Nathan Moore, yo.
You on?
What's going on? That's you, Casual?
That's me, man. You sound too calm, man. Hype yourself up, bro.
I sound too calm, man. You want me to bug out, man? Hey, look, I'm glad. I just want to say, I want to say that motherfucker, man. I'm glad they HBO fried that nigga, man. Pacquiao, man.
That's all game, bro.
That nigga need to be on the Animal Planet. Animal Planet Championship boxing. Put this nigga on
what's
the
wrong with
Victory
you?
Channel Championship boxing.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Manny Pacquiao, put that nigga on that Only March Championship boxing.
What'd he do? What he do?
Cause this nigga like picking bums all the time, man. This nigga like to pick his fights, man. That's what's wrong with boxing. I'm gonna say something before my minute run out. I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with boxing. If you ask, look, I know a lot of niggas, right? They be trying to get into boxing, and then they be like, "Who the champion?" Then you name 10 niggas. They like, how 10 niggas can be the champion? Like, that's why nobody don't watch this shit. Got too many champions, man. I start naming like. They say, who the champion? I start naming Proner, this nigga, that nigga. They like, how many champions they got? They got world belts and shit. How many world?
Cut it.
Oh, not on Wood, man.
That was a good call, though. Wood, you should call earlier, bro.
Yo, don't make me the fucking bad guy.
Earlier is a good time, and you get 3 minutes.
Casual ain't playing, man. Casual is not playing, man.
Fuck you. Yo, first of all, let me say, I don't play Showtime. See you all there not even putting a goddamn motherfucking effort. Fuck you. If I want to see two motherfuckers just fight, I pick up a fight with somebody in the street. Fuck you. Don't need that shit. You don't love that form I do? Fuck you. Just move along. Gone. Fuck you. Next. What great show. Thumbs up, donate.
What's happening?
Georgie.
What's happening, people?
Yo, that's the problem. This dude got desperate. He's on 2 different lines, so I got him on Skype, and he's not there. Now he's on this one. Are you over here? Are you over here?
Yo, I'm going to tell you something. Yo, let me tell you something, B. I know no Skype. Don't ever take nothing from Skype, because that ain't me, nigga. Straight up. You should know better. Slipping, nigga. You're always slipping. What's wrong with you?
Imposter.
Yo, Earl Spence. My brother, Earl Spence. Let's talk. Talk to me. 1 minute.
Listen, stop knocking me, though. They want that mafia show. Number one, you're pulling the landlord here in no motherfucking timeout. You motherfucker come here cutting me out getting that work. Number two, the people want the show. ADP want to pay money on it. I don't want that nigga to pull all this shit because that's not fair for him. If the people want me on it, I'm challenging you next on the mafia show for 6 rounds. The people are going to shoot who the fuck is the champion. I'm putting my pie on the line, my fucking belt on the line. If you beat me on the show in a debate about this mafia shit, I get in pie, nigga. So what's up?
Nez, I love the way Nez is just like...
Earl Spence versus Bundu.
Don't be like the rest of these niggas talking shit and not backing it up. TBB is different. When you tell them, I'm going to pie the world, baby.
Pie the world, Georgie.
But what is a mafia show, Georgie?
The mafia show is when I'm gonna get you for 6 rounds. You're defending your bitch. The rest of the fucking mafia, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? That's the mafia show. So what's up? The people willing to pay for it, dog.
I want the mafia show, Nez. I want the mafia show.
But how do I even get ready for a mafia? What is that? He's getting this is like
what you talking about? You coming here every week defending these people. I'm telling
90 seconds.
Look at that, Georgie.
Oh, I love this show, man. I love this show.
Georgie.
Cut it.
A double, Georgie.
You get a double? Double
Oh, I love this show, man. I love this show. Oh my god.
Georgie, I accept your little challenge, man. That means nothing to me.
Stop ducking him there. Stop ducking me, man.
QB, let's go.
Didn't you just hear me say I accept his challenge?
Yeah, I'm just playing, brother. Chill, brother.
So,
chill, Bundu.
You want me to? He wants me to do like, pies and shit like that. Yeah. I fucking do pies, my man. The last time you talking about pizzas, I do pizzas. That shit don't matter to me. But I'm gonna hit you where it hurts too. You're gonna have to lose some pounds fucking with me now. I don't want regular bets. I don't want your hair. I already had your hair. I'm gonna get you healthy though. We're gonna make sure Georgie stick around TBB for a long time. I'm gonna make you run some miles. That's what I'm gonna do. You're gonna run. You're gonna have to run and record that shit. But yeah, I'll take your little challenge. Don't matter. I just don't really know what is a mafia show. How does one,
10 seconds.
How does one prepare for that, right? So, damn, we haven't heard from my man in so long in this time.
Hold up, son. Word. Yeah. To all the killers and the 100. I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous, you heard of us. Official Queensbridge murderers.
Yo, Nuts, what up, man? Yo.
QB,
what up, do Wiggy? Yo, Wiggy, what's good, boy?
QB, I used to listen to you all the time. It's so good to speak to you, man.
It's official Queensbridge, Queens City caller. Yo, but let's get in it, man. The difference between Earl Spence and Keith Thurman. Earl Spence get hit, man. He'll take 2 or 3 and give out 5 or 6. Keith Thurman more like a cautious fighter, man. That's the difference between that fight and this fight right here. Earl Spence get hit though. You better be careful. You better be careful coming up. And like the PBC fighters, man, like Garcia and them, man, I don't know what's up with them, man. They not fighting the best, man. I heard a interview when you was talking to Angel Ness, and he was like, why they ain't fighting? Like, he don't want to fight the best. Like, he said, yo, he shouldn't have fought. I don't know, they could have made more money and all that. Like, it's just so crazy, man. But Pacquiao, I hope he comes to Showtime and forget HBO. The reason why they didn't pick him up because it's too close for that Warden and Kovalev fight. That's why they dropped him. How you gonna have 2 pay-per-views in the same month? They ain't gonna do that. So I hope Showtime picks up Pacquiao though. And yeah, Earl Spence gonna murder that dude Bonnews, man. And that's he gonna be more avoided. Like nobody ain't trying to fight Earl Spence. He's gonna be more avoided after that.
QB, what up? So you think Thurman? Hey, Ness.
Jones from Texas, talk to us. What up, Emery?
I wanted to say, it's funny because
situation. It's just a situation where what I'm saying. HBO just their finances. I think it's one of those things where they realize in the long term we can't continue to keep paying for fights like Jesse Vargas or fights that we're going to go in the red if he's not going to build up these younger fighters or these next guys. And if he's not going to do that, then his worth isn't what it used to be, and it's not enough for us to keep doing that with their current situation. That's what I think. And
that's a strong point.
Hoping for a Mayweather fight. But as far as Triple G, Boxing MD, what he was saying about Danny Jacobs, that made no sense. If you're going up and you're fighting a step up fight like that, the biggest fight at the division or whatever, if you're stepping up and fighting a true A side, why would you take a pay cut? That doesn't make any sense. If you want to be treated like an A side, you have to act like a Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather, and a
cut it.
That was strong, man. If you're not going to give these young, hungry lions a chance, the ones that's proven themselves, then you shouldn't be on our network. But Jesse Vargas is that young, hungry champ, if you ask me, one that's proven himself. He only got one loss.
Man, that Daniel Jacobs, MD, you're right. Your call has sparked a lot of conversation. It is possibly a show idea. Let's see what the public thinks.
It sparked an argument against his point, not on his side, not siding with him.
Yeah, no. But he's just saying that we should have a Daniel Jacobs Golovkin show because the debate is strong. So, let's see if someone does it on demand. We're going to get on to some other callers. We got 201. I don't know who it is.
New Jersey.
But sometimes it might be Class and Bound, right? I don't know. It could be Class and Bound. It could be Sev. I don't know. 201, you're up.
Yo, cruise control.
Cruise control.
Cruising.
What up?
Shout out to the panel. I'm going to answer these questions real quick. I don't think it really matters if Spence outdoes Thurman until he fights Thurman. But as far as style-wise, he can look better. Is it a step up or a side step? I mean, to me, it's a step down because he just fought Algieri, who fought Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? But as far as skill, it might be even. You know what I'm saying? As far as skill, because I haven't really seen Bundu, but I mean, I think it's a step down after you fight Algieri, after Algieri fought Pacquiao. Now, as far as Pacquiao being dropped by HBO, it's great. I think it's the best thing for boxing because then now he's a free agent and then Al could scoop him up and put these fights together with Danny and all the other Al Haymon fighters that we supposedly want. You know what I'm saying? To see how he fares with these new fighters because we know how he is with the same fighters. He looks the same. After you fight him about 3 or 4 times, he gets beat. Other than that, I would like to see Spence go after Thurman after he beats Bundu, who I got him to beat on Sunday. I want him to go after Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Casual, match him up now. Why wait? Other than that, cut it.
Hey, that sound good, but I don't see Uncle Al signing Pacquiao.
Yeah, and it won't happen that way because Pacquiao will still be promoted by Bob Arum the way that Deontay Wilder's promoted by Lou DiBella. But if it's not about Al, it's about Al using his influence with Steven Espinoza, Showtime, CBS, Les Moonves, and getting a multiple fight deal with Showtime and Pacquiao, which then at the very least makes it an in-network deal. Now, giving Pacquiao and Mayweather what amounts of money they both want, that's a whole nother argument. But at least there is no roadblock about, oh, well, he's contractually obligated to HBO and he's contractually obligated to Showtime. So there will be none of that, right?
My first interview ever, Ness, with the Boxing Voice. I walked in the building by myself, Barclays Center. And I remember you were like, yo, do you see Earl Spence? And I'm like, I don't know who Earl Spence is. Then you text me a picture. Look for this dude. And then I got this. Earl Spence, right? What's up? What up? So, you're the youngest 15-0 fighter on PBC, the first time fighting a guy that probably not your level. How does that feel today? Do you feel like you have to make a statement as well?
Definitely. You always want to make a statement when you're fighting, and especially fighting on a big card like that. I want to make a big statement. And,
So just stopping right there because he's about to make another statement on Sunday. It's my honor, my privilege to be part of the Boxing Voice. Thank you, Nest. I want to say that on air that I got to my first interview ever, Earl Spence.
Casual, you're a beast, man. You're a beast.
In the building. 513, we in the building.
Ohio, you proud, huh? Broner home.
Hey, first off, Earl Spence, 4 rounds. Bundu, he getting knocked out by way of what? Right hook to the body or catch him leaning in with the uppercut. Hand down, man down.
Bundu's a beast.
He gonna fight for the vacant IBF. He gonna fight for the vacant IBF belt because Golovkin gonna put Kell Brook to sleep. Now, is it gonna be Jesse Vargas
or Sean Porter. Got to be one of them. And then Keith Thurman, he gonna fight Danny Garcia, so they can unify them belts. Same time, same place. Next year, Errol Spence versus the winner of Thurman Garcia. And Adonis Stevenson, he'll knock Triple G ass out. Do I still got time?
Yo, Adonis Stevenson is a fucking light heavyweight.
Cut it.
Adonis Stevenson, piece of shit.
Fucking, where's my guns at, man? How you gonna do that with such a great call? Get a 50 cal, man. We're gonna dislocate an arm for that one. And I gave you that killer intro on the strength. You can't be slipping up like that, making me look bad.
And Nez, you haven't appreciated all this Kelbrook hate, and I've sat here and I've took it, and the bullets are pinging off me.
Kelbrook? Who's hating? I got the guns out. Who's doing it?
I'm not too bothered about the size. Kel knows what he's getting himself into.
That's the man for my intro. Big up Eddie Hearn. Carry on, Nez.
323, Los Angeles, LA. Talk to us.
Hello, man. It's Dave the Champ.
Dave the
It's been a
Champ.
minute.
You only got one, too.
Oh, Nez.
I mean,
All right,
hey,
man.
it's
What-
drive-by. What the fuck?
I'm
I'm the bad guy because I'm telling the truth. I'm gonna restart the clock. I'm gonna restart it.
How's the okay? How's the BJ Saunders being showed by the news or the media over there? How are they receiving the news of him not taking the fight over here?
We're all mystified. We don't know what's going on, basically, especially when you're looking at the Rosado fight. That's the fight I don't know why he wouldn't have took that, in all honesty.
Hey, Dave the Champ, you're actually going to get more minutes because you just reminded me to tell everybody that because Billy Joe, I'm not even going to disrespect, because Billy Joe Saunders did not take the Rosado fight, Gabriel Rosado, once upon a time an opponent of Gennady Golovkin, is going to be fighting Willie Monroe Jr. from Rochester, once upon a time an opponent of Gennady Golovkin, and they're going to be fighting on the Canelo Alvarez Liam Smith undercard. Oh my God! Now this fight is so worth it, right?
That's going to be a good fight, man.
That's actually quite a good fight, actually.
Exactly. It's not really worth it, but I mean, fuck it. Like if you were going to pay for it just because of Canelo, it just got better because I like this fight.
I like it. I like that one. That's not too bad.
That's what I'm saying. What is it about Rosado, though, right? Like, how the fuck did this dude got like 7 losses and we still love him? We still love him. It's like, oh, Rosado's in a fight. Yeah. It's like
Because he makes a war. He fought Golovkin. He bloodied his face up, and then stopped. He fought Charlo. He fought Quillen. He just keeps fighting and he don't stop coming forward, man. He's the truth.
But even so, I'm still mystified.
Even though he has 9 losses.
I'm still mystified why Billy Joe Saunders wouldn't take that fight. So there's got to be more to it than what we see. Oh, he's ducking Rosado. Come on, man. Billy Joe can fight. He's beat Chris Eubank Jr., beat Andy Lee. He can fight. He can box. There's more to it than that, I think.
Probably don't want to go through a hard, rough-ass fight. He wants something easy. Rosado's not that easy. You got to really batter him to stop him.
Have you seen the Eubank Jr. fight, bro?
No, I haven't. I haven't gotten into UK boxing since you arrived to the show.
Okay, cool. Check that fight out. That's a rough fight. Caller, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, and Nance, what happened to the Muhammad Ali show, tribute show, man? What happened to that show?
As I said to someone in the caller, the sound bites are ready to go. It just, Nez?
Yes.
Didn't it? The sound bites were ready. Everything was ready. It was ready to go. I put all the sounds together of Ali quotes and that. I don't know, man. Nez is the boss.
What, the Ali show?
Yes, sir.
No, I stepped away. I had to step away. I had to get the phone charger.
Oh, that's true. That is true. You wasn't. No, you was away at the time, weren't you? That's the first show I
had to get the charger for the timer. What's up? They're questioning yo, listen. I mean, we're trying. Fuck, Wingy works. Enrique works. I'm the only one that does this full time. So it's gonna be boring if it's just me. So even though I'm doing it full time, I gotta wait for days that are available for them. And then on top of that, sometimes breaking news happens where, I thought you guys liked all the breaking news.
And one thing people don't know, there's on-demand shows that are stacked up, which you haven't even got round to yet. And people have paid money for them as well.
Yeah,
it's all in the same place.
There's an on-demand show that we have to do on trainers. There's an on-demand show that Matthew wants to do on
Mismatches.
Nez, what I think you should do, if you can get the soundbite, you should play the soundbite, the Ali soundbite that I made to prove that we was ready to go with the show.
Nah, man, listen, if they don't believe us, they don't need to be fucking listening, bottom line.
Oh, for goodness sake. Hit that like button, people. Hit that like button.
Your family over here, so, I mean, either you believe your family or you're going to believe your family or you don't. I mean, I treat everybody like family, so if you don't fucking believe me, well, then spin the fuck off. There's plenty of other podcasts out there, and y'all don't like me anyway, right? So this just gave you another reason.
This is the best podcast. Look, you got a picture of Nez there, standing with Errol Spence. Look, Nez is doing his thing. Big up, Nez.
Errol Spence is tall, man. Man, Nez.
Taller than Nez, man.
Taller than Nez.
Yo, I actually did take another pic with Earl, but yo, Earl suited me up actually, cause I gave him a TBV shirt, right, and his trainer and Bundu, and then Earl was like, yo, man, how you gonna give me an extra? I'm like, yo, I thought, on TV you looking all big, but Bundu the one really got the guns. He like, man, give me the one you got. I'm like, yo, this is an extra large. He's like, that ain't no extra large. I'm like, yeah, this is extra large. I've been working out since November, Earl. That's right. I'm bleeding TBV shirts out here. I'm bleeding them.
It's all about those peppered eggs and salmon tacos, brother.
That's fucking right. And Robert Ortiz, the rock star, he's helping me, dial in the macros so that I can get riggedy right. Anyway, Dave the Champ, are you done? I mean, you've been having a fantastic.
Cut it. If you're not done, you gotta go.
Shout out to Wood, man. Hope he doesn't leave, man. We need him on the chat, man. Shout out to
Wood.
Why is Wood leaving? Why is Wood leaving?
See, Nez, one of the shows I come on, you said to me, always pay attention to the chat. That's what I was telling you in the chat. That Wood is angry. He waited 3 hours and only got 1 minute. And I tried to extend it longer, but...
Okay, what do you want me to do? First of all, the platform only gives you 3 hours live over here.
Alumni get extra minutes.
Wood is cool.
I'm proposing
it. Off for tonight.
Wood, tell Wood to call in on Skype. Tell Wood to call in on Skype right now.
I'll stay longer. Alumni get extra minutes. I'll stay longer. It's cool.
Tell him call in right now.
Wood ain't gonna have the exposure he has anywhere else.
Stop being in his feelings. Call in his feelings.
Casual.
Wood, this is your place to live. This is your home.
Casual. You guys, man.
Man, we gonna call you, bid you good night, all right?
He ain't going nowhere. Wood to God, he ain't going nowhere. This is oh shit.
Why are you playing that for?
That's Ali.
I don't know nothing about that shit. Nothing.
I know that, but what is that? It's Ali, right? Ali? No?
Ali. Who the hell we had to get to? Oh, shit. Joey. WBC champ.
Joey.
Yo, what's going on, Ned? Sorry I'm in here late, man. I got the in-laws came in town today, so I got to make it real quick.
Go ahead, Joey.
Get to the special announcement because everybody basically done covered everything.
I forgot. Go ahead.
Oh, that's right.
Let me
You
start off.
did have son. I had no clue.
Yeah,
What was this? What is this?
He's moving to New York.
Yeah, no. Hey, Casual, who
What's
are
up?
you picking in the Golovkin Brook fight? Off topic.
Oh, shit. I know what he's going to do. You're going to cut his head. He's going to cut his head.
Oh shit! Off top, I'm just gonna say Golovkin. Wingy, I love you, but I'm going for Golovkin.
I respect that.
The WBC TBV champ. I challenge Casual fan.
Oh!
But listen, Ness, you got to hear this. This is big right here.
I'm listening.
I got Kell Brook. I have Kell Brook. Casual has Golovkin. But
All right.
we're going to have to talk to his promoter, Nestor Gibbs, to see if we can work this out because I am putting up my WBC TDV championship belt.
Oh, he
on
want
the
that
line.
ring. He want to unify.
Oh, my God.
Unify.
Yes, if I could unify with the ring championship.
Oh,
if
shit.
he accepts, that's a bet right there.
Yo, but that's a
Belt for belt.
Champion.
Joey, that's a bad belt. Bad bet, man. You're going to lose your belt, dog.
Yeah.
You bugging.
Yo, you got to mail that belt to me, and I will wear it on the TVV that Sunday.
Nez, let me say one
Following,
thing.
because I
Nez,
know
let me
you
say one
live
thing
in
quickly. I know that you're laughing at Brooke. I
Indianapolis.
know this and that. But you know, when I do my breakdowns, you've said in the past, you like them. Just wait till you hear my breakdown. on
Don't
this
cut
fight.
him. Hold on.
Wingy, man. Yo, Wingy, don't do it, man. Listen, it's a curse to pick UK guys in this type of fight.
I haven't even said who I'm picking. All I'm saying is, listen to my breakdown when I do it, because Joey knows the truth.
All right, guys. You see this belt right here?
Oh man.
Do you want this belt, Joey?
Joey, you looking at this?
Joey, do you want this belt?
Bling bling.
Give me my belt, Joey.
I'm not on YouTube.
Yo, it ain't no.
Don't matter, Joey.
It's more like bling blow. Look at that thing.
Have you seen the ribbon? The most prestigious belt is the ribbon belt.
Whoever is not watching this on YouTube, you're missing out. Joey wants to unify his WBC that he won at the TBV Appreciation Party with the new Ring Lenio, the one Adonis Chickenson has.
The TBV.
Casual. Do you accept it?
That
Listen.
is Eddie Garcia's belt at 140. Casual got on right now.
But he hasn't said yes yet.
I'm saying, Joey, you a step aside fight, man. I'm the step up. You want the money? I'll give it to you. Come get it.
Yeah, that's a yes then.
It is on. The bet is on, Joey.
Damn,
You approve of this match?
Yo, I really don't want to approve it, Joey. I don't. I feel
approve
like,
it.
That belt is special. You're gonna lose it, man. Yo, and
Joey.
with that fight, the funniest thing, hey, Casual. The funny thing is though, you'll win the fight right before the TBV Appreciation second one because
Yes.
the war call. So you'll be walking in there with both straps.
Beautiful.
Or Ness, he may come to the party with no strap.
Oh!
Strap me up! Strap me up!
Joey, I got you. You ever come over to the UK, come around these ends, I got you, blood. I got
He
you.
will be empty-handed going over to the UK.
Oh, Winky!
Thanks, Winky. I appreciate that, Winky.
Oh, shit! Say it again. Say something else. Oh! Say something else, nigga.
There you go.
You
There
better
you go.
stop lying to these people about Kelbrook. Now you got poor. Yo, this man is putting up a $2,500 belt. Look at what you doing, Winky.
Nez, I've not even said who I'm picking. Joey knows himself. This is off his own back. Did you see how lean Brooke looked at that weight? At that weight, Nez.
Do not encourage this madness. This is madness.
Joey stepping out of his weight class.
Next to Gibbs, you wait, mate. You wait till you see me fight, mate. Look at me go up and wait.
Enrique, if you're a nice man, you won't accept this challenge. I'm just saying.
I have to accept it. I'm sorry.
You know that belt that the belt that Joey has is a $2,500. Like, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's trying to be great, Enrique. He's trying to be great, but you don't have to be evil.
Listen, we could get these belts circulating. People want to make belt bets. We belt bet on TBV.
You know what, Nez? The more you speak, Nez, the more I'm kind of thinking. I like Joey a lot, and I don't know if I want to. There's a chance, obviously, he could lose that belt.
I mean, listen, there's a big chance. I mean,
yeah, there is, yeah.
Enrique, you will look good, and he will have 2 belts.
Yep.
But everybody's gonna come for the challenge, and you gotta understand that you would be unifying on this. Is, I mean, fuck, Golovkin's got to be like a 12-1 right now. So this is like a no-brainer. Hey, listen, Joey, man, I talked to you the best I could. You do what you want. You better speak to your wife first.
Joey, I'll speak to you, brother. I'll speak to you, man. I'll speak to you later,
Listen,
man.
Joey waited all week to make this announcement. He was calling me out on Twitter subliminally.
Now Enrique coming for him. He wants
subliminally. He's like, I got an announcement to make.
Oh, so he can't back out now.
He can't back out now.
The best present for everybody, for TV, for my fans, for everybody, for boxing.
Oh,
that's all. For everybody on the TBV.
Golovkin spoke. He said, unification. Give me my belts.
Ah, man.
Oh,
hey,
no.
Ness, I told you
He's nervous.
Up, man.
I thought that was going to be the bet.
Hey, UK.
Yo, he backed out live on air.
Hey.
Joey, did you just back out live on air? Get out.
No, he didn't, man. We don't do that in the UK, man.
No, I said no. I said UK all day. I'm not worried about nothing. I can't wait to sport 2 belts.
Joey, I love your support for the UK, but I am going to speak to you after the show in direct message on Twitter. But for now,
you need show, you need amazing show, just call me. I'm staying here. I'm ready for everybody.
Joey just made an amazing show because one of you guys, Joey, if you win this belt, you gotta be right here with the rest of us on the panel. You gotta wear it. There's no way. You have to have them both on, because Enrique looks good with his wear on right now.
Mm-hmm.
He looking like Danny Garcia right now.
That number's 425-569-5241.
Yo, and Enrique, guess what? Right now, you are the only Puerto Rican light heavyweight champion of the world.
I love it, people. I love it, and I speak English.
Not even Tito Trinidad went that high. TBV. Joey, great call, man. Let me get to some other callers here. Who do we got?
Hit that gym, Joey. Hit that gym.
You're up. 404. You're up.
Yo, this GT Kid, man. I'm on Scorsese status, so can you hear me?
Yo, Scorsese gonna want to go next night. He put a lot of weight.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna burn long, man. Real quick, man. If it's a good fight for Spence, yeah, it's a good fight for him, man, because he's doing what young guys are supposed to do. You're supposed to knock down everybody they put in front of you. Keep fighting the guys, keep calling people out till you're mandatory, get your belt, step up when the opportunity comes. So that's what a lot of these young guys need to do. And I think once Spence becomes champion, I think he'll face anybody at 147. So I'm happy about that, man. This whole Cotto thing is ridiculous, man. It's not even worth talking about, but it is what it is. I'm looking forward to the Brooks Golovkin fight. And I heard the interview with the ladies on, man. I'm looking forward to that fight on Sunday. I'm going to check that out, man. They sound like they're going to go to battle. So, sounds good, man. Hey, great show, fellas. That's all I got.
All right. Dan, he was about to get that cutted, but I couldn't even get to it.
If you entertain people, hit that like button. My UK crew in the morning, when you listen to this on the way to work, share it and hit that like button. Go to the TBV store, get your T-shirt, support the show.
I just want to say this.
It's just one of them days. Don't take it personal.
Come on, you guys cannot be getting, your panties in a bunch, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Because we take turns. One day Wood might be at the top and Georgie at the bottom. It ain't my fault. I mean, I do believe other fucking podcasts do a 2-hour show. We are going on 3 hours and 26 fucking minutes.
It's what we do, man. It's what we do.
Wood, if you want to say it's your last call because you got a minute, it's fucking rules, dog. Like, I'm supposed to stay here for 6 hours?
Wood, you hitting below the belt, man. That ain't fair, man. Go to your corner.
Is fucking Wingy supposed to break night? You forgetting that it's like 4 in the fucking morning in the UK? Like, coming from a guy like you, that don't even make sense. So
Wood's point is that
don't say something nice. Don't say it at all, man.
Wood's point is that certain other callers who people don't like gets longer.
They call before. You know what they do? I mean, is in the fucking thing before the show even goes live. These 15 minutes.
Fair enough.
Before,
yeah,
man.
I hear you.
They can speak up for themselves and tell you they do it all the time. You don't gotta wait for the show to go live at 7. You can fucking be there at 6:30 waiting. Call in that number and wait. Just like everybody else, they waiting. It ain't my fault. People love the show the way we love to do it.
Get Scorsese on the line.
If you have
look, Scorsese, he knows. He got tough skin. I know every episode he must think that I fucking don't like him. I just forget. He's on the Skype machine. He's been on for longer than everybody waiting to go. Go ahead, Scorsese. I'm sorry.
If I sound like that fella right there, then I ain't talking no more. I sound like him.
Don't do like Woods, bro. Don't do like Woods.
Who that fella was anyway? I ain't catch his name.
Neither me, but it's all good.
Yeah, but I like Cotto Gamboa. He talked about that. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that shit was, Pacquiao got knocked out at 108 pounds. Twice more, once more on the way up. Gamboa can't get knocked out by Crawford after winning the first 4 rounds and Cotto an old dog, man. What if he come in there, he's not a Golovkin. He's not no damn Canelo. Nah, yeah, it's a little more intriguing. I think I know I got a minute, so I'm gonna give a prediction. I'm going with the bold stoppage by the Texas boy, and a title shot next. It ain't gonna be Cal Brook though. Cal gonna fuck around and lose and still get a Canelo fight. That's just
Who
how.
would it be? Who would it be, Scorsese?
We fighting?
Next.
Oh man, the IBF gonna shovel up somebody out the dirt, man. Ain't no telling.
Diego?
I got no clue. He gonna win the IBF strap and look to unify and probably still get ducked by, somebody that's going up to fight Canelo next or some shit like that. Boxing crazy, man. That's my call though, man.
Peace. So sweet. He'll be back on Sunday.
Dan Pierre, talk to me.
Oh, what's going on?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be quick. I don't even think it's even worth making a prediction on this Bundu Spence fight. I'm gonna go with the under the radar fight though. I'm gonna go with Heather Hardy to win on that card though. Just cause I don't know, she looks like a badass. I never seen either of them fight though.
The other girl looked like a badass too, like styles and everything. Like you won't have road rage with the other girl. You will get into some road rage with Heather Hardy.
Like is that the one that looks like a female Paula Malignaggi or some shit?
She got tattoos like sleeves and a mohawk.
She has color hair.
I guess like early Malignaggi, yeah, when he used to dye his hair and yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's about it. And yeah, Gamboa. Yeah, Gamboa.
4
That's
seconds.
that's not real.
2 seconds.
But I'm out.
Haters. Woo, we playing now.
951, you up?
Hey, what's intro next week, compa?
Compa from Los Angeles. What's up? You watching the fight this Sunday?
No intro.
Skirt.
Right, baby. First things first. Let me get that crow next. I thought fucking Canelo's brother was gonna be Margarito, but he didn't. So give me that crow. Nah, hey, but yeah, man, I got Errol Spence. I think he should knock out Bundu, and I think he's ready for the big boys, man. He's ready for a title shot, man. None of this waiting and all that shit. He's ready for the shot, baby. Anybody, Garcia, Thurman, all the champs. And I just want to say this, man. My boy Jesse Vargas, everybody was hating on him, but he has a better resume than Crawford, And let me see. I'm excited for the Heather, the Heat fight. Them girls got me pumped up for that fight. Shit, that's how you have to
Cut it.
540, you up?
Yo, you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, so basically, I'm gonna get to this quick and that stuff like that. So I mean, I got fucking Bundu losing to the kid, but it's kind of.
I could hear that coming. I knew he was going to do that. I could hear it.
What?
I could hear it.
What was that, his car?
No, he was nervous. I could hear it when he started, man. He was nervous.
Nah.
Shame. You should call again. We show love here, brother. Don't worry about it, man.
540, man. It's all good, baby. If you're a first-time caller, you got to say that. You guys are actually the only guys that get extra time on drive-by. 832, holler.
Whoa.
What's happening?
What's up? What's up, Wingate?
Yeah, what's happening? What's happening?
Hey.
Whoa.
Hey, bro. Look here, bro, man. Oh, my boy Pacquiao, bro. He's beautiful. Finally gave him his pink slip, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? Let's get a round of applause, fool. Let's get a round of applause, bro, for Emmanuel Davidson, bro.
ABO finally stepped up to his fucking ass and told him we ain't with that shit no more. You heard me? We got Chris Algieri. They lost money on that fight. They done got the damn Bradley shit about 4 times. They got Marquez about 5 times. They finally stood up to his fucking ass. You heard me? But that's the end of that saga. So he probably signed with old Al Hammond or something. You heard me? And try to get back on his feet with like a little 3-fight deal or something. I can see that kicking off. And write me down for Spence, man. Spence gonna knock Gould out in like he's gonna go to the 11th round. That's cause that old boy, bro, he coming to fight. He ain't trying to lose, and this is his last chance. So he gonna try to
cut it. What happened to Eno's Juvenile intro?
Yeah, I ain't know it was him because we ain't got no producer, man.
But I haven't heard that in ages, man.
No, it's here. No, he got it the last time he called. I wish we get a producer.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
Yo, listen. Speaking of intros, and we got to make some honorable mentions, man, for all those that do not know.
Catch me in the hood, hanging out like Dolce. Boom, boom. You can hear the diamonds in my Rolex. My shit louder than the ground from the pipes on a Corvette. I probably wear some trues and some Timbs of graduation, but that shit won't ever happen because I never graduated. Man, I was made for.
My boy AB back out on these streets.
This has been a great show, man.
You can't hold him down. Yo, if AB only knew how much I love him, I know he hate me, man, but one day he's gonna know.
Is that from that interview ages ago?
This is actually his song. I got
No. I mean, why he hates you? That interview you done with him.
Yeah, because
that was years ago, man. No, wasn't it?
He didn't want to. He wanted to fight Danny, but he didn't want to fight Danny, and he got mad. That, whatever, man. I hope bygones is bygones. Maybe we could get over it. I mean, I'm not even gonna talk about it because I honestly wanted to ask you, could we do a show on it tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm good tomorrow.
Look at that shit. Look at that shit.
Tomorrow night?
Will got the nerve to be mad at us. Look at this.
Tomorrow night? What's the deal?
A little Brona back.
Actually, when you say tomorrow, you mean tonight, don't you? Friday.
Friday night?
Well, I don't even know, man. I'm so busy.
Am I not on?
Yeah,
you're on.
Oh, okay. Just asking a question.
You're on, brother. You're on. We hear you, man.
You on? And Wood still ain't called back, right? Because you see, these guys, they why they gotta be so uptight, like, right? Like if
He not, man. He's a comedian.
Shout out to Wood. Shout out to Wood. He's cool.
No,
He's cool.
because
Man.
if you that much in your feelings, then all right, call back. We'll give you some more time just to make you happy. But you haven't even called back, like, so, like, why are you crying in there, man?
Woods.
I'm your man's, B. You know that. You know I love you.
Woods, you want us to play some Rihanna for you, Woods?
Oh, I got some. Let me find. Oh, go for it. Okay.
You want that, Wood?
Now, what you need to play "Famous" from the Kanye album.
Let me see what I got.
No, Wood wants something like.
You just another nigga on that hit list.
It's what Wood wants. Go ahead, Wood. Come back. Let it ride.
I was good on my own, that's the way it was.
Okay, Wood.
That's the way.
Okay.
Copyright strike.
I know. Thank you, Casual. Thanks.
Nah. They like that.
This has been a great show, man. It's been everywhere, man. Just highs and lows. Oh, I love it.
Matter of fact, you know what? Oh, we can't. Let me. Let me see if we could call Wood. I'm gonna call him. I think he's gonna hide from us.
I don't want to put Wood out there. I don't want to put Wood out there, Ness, but I have heard Wood elsewhere.
I see. Okay. All right, big man. You want to make some big bucks, huh? Let's see how tough you are.
You hear that, Wood? What you know about the boxing voice, eh?
That's why I'm showing love to Wood, Ness, because I've heard Wood elsewhere, Ness, brother. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, that beat.
Wood and I are gonna talk off show. We talk all the time. Don't believe that Wood is mad. He ain't mad. Wood is an OG for real, and he know it's all love.
And Wood, you funny, man. You can't go nowhere else. They're not gonna give you that airtime that we gave you.
Hold on. I gotta get my co-producer. Hold on. My co-producer asked for a specific. She wants something. I don't even know where it's at. Oh, look at that. I ain't know what's this. We gonna need that. That's what I'm gonna play for the Kelbrook Golovkin show when Wingy go pick Kelbrook.
We don't want no devils in the house.
Yes,
we want the Lord.
Yes.
Ness don't like that. But Wingy, that should get Wingy loose.
That's my shit. That's my shit. I was listening to that today.
Yo, man, oh man, I haven't played this in years. Like literally, check it out. Check it out.
I don't think I deserve to be, getting beat up like this.
Oh, Victor! Victor Ortiz. Step up in the shit like, oh, I'm the one you bit like, oh.
Ooh.
I ain't scared to lose a fist. That's just the waves.
Exactly.
Okay, what else I got here? Let me see what we got.
What else we have here?
Come on, guys. Let's keep it together. Let's keep it together.
It's my dream harp right there. I ain't looking for that though. What do we got?
Are the callers gone?
I mean, we could bring people back.
No, I'm saying we're done now. I'm just checking if we're done.
You know who needs? We need Wood back. Can you get him on?
He didn't call back.
Wood.
Monsterpiece is there. Oh, actually, I'm looking for something Monsterpiece wanted. That's right. Thank God I seen her name in there. Where is this?
I'm trying to give somebody. We got to do an auction or.
Here it goes. Monsterpiece wanted this. Y'all still don't know what it is.
I know what that is now that you mentioned Monsterpiece, and I heard that. But, it's a new era. Who want that as an intro?
Bin Umar.
Says Cruise Control, we need you right now. That is a good intro for Bin Umar.
Yeah, because the other guy, remember, Bin Umar said, if you give that other guy the Killer Cam intro, I'm going to be vexed. And you did it. And Bin Umar's been calling it longer. He needs that intro for him, man.
Yeah, no, that works better for him anyway because...
And Bin Umar, I'll even rap it for you. Driving through the hood in my low back.
Try now, Wingy. Go.
Oh, I'm not doing it now. Not live on the show. Maybe afterwards.
Driving through the hood in my 6'4".
Come on, let's keep it together. What's going on?
Georgie wants the chat shout-outs.
Chat shout-outs. What's going on, chat?
Info
Go
Joe,
Cast. What's
Dr.
going on?
Mofongo.
Dr. Mofongo. Sant323. Big up. Cut West.
Monster Peace. Adam Scott. Yeah, you guys, 181 likes. We wanted 200.
Damn.
We went on overtime.
Didn't even get that too.
Batman Boxing. Big up, bro. The t-shirts I ordered at the beginning of the month, I'm still waiting for them myself, brother. Georgie Porgy was happening.
God. Horrible. We can't even make it to 200. Horrible.
Damn.
Cruise Control.
Well, Earl Spence fights tonight, Sunday afternoon.
David Thomas.
Join us every Thursday and Sunday live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
At UKWC Student. Wingy Boxing on YouTube. Go and subscribe to that shit.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
Heather Hardy fights on Sunday with a tough opponent. Make sure you miss that girl fight.
I think I've done well. I don't watch women's boxing.
Good boy. Good boy.
Yo, I love Angel, yo. I can't wait for Danny to fight again so I can get up in there. And
Word, I was thinking that too.
Yeah, man, these guys are they think they Mayweather, bro. 2 times.
I've been waiting
for my boy Danny.
Yo,
Wish I would go ahead and fuck my life up. Can I let them get to me?
Before I let you go, better know that we on TV Vote.
Yo, what about the fact that like Rosado didn't really look that good his last fight?
I quite like the Willie Monroe fight. I think it's
I like that too.
Rosado's kind of at that level where you should be able to beat him if you're decent, but we still don't know too much about Willie Monroe. I mean, how good is he really? Yeah, he had the Brian Vera win. So I think it's a good fight. It's not like the best fight, but it's cool for an undercard fight.
Yeah, it's cool to be an undercard fight. Hey man, well, if you enjoyed the show, make sure you hit that thumbs up and share it. We got to go.
Peace.